We are live. We are live.
Oh yeah.
All right. If anybody's watching,
Are they?
Hello, nasty women.
Hello from Canada.
Greetings from my trailer park.
All right. So let's introduce ourselves. Of course, I am your Canadian, Carl Mamer. Sorry. And then we have it with the neat beard.
Me?
Yeah.
My beard is neat? In which sense?
It's tidy and it's got no ice in it.
I beg to differ on the latter part. But hello, I am JJ Wright. I don't have a lower third because this app is weird.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And in the yellow.
Howdy, y'all.
That's for Swing State. Sorry, Christian.
Yep, I'm Christian Walters. I'm eating ravioli, and I'm going to miss America.
All right. And on our resident Trump supporter.
Hey, I'm Thomas Jefferson Plexico, and I'm going to grab Miss America.
By what exactly?
By hook or by crook. And my lower third is my wife's favorite part.
All right. And I guess we have to sort of indicate what are we drinking? I'm drinking Newcastle Brown, also colloquially known as a Nuki, which I feel is appropriate for a Trump presidency, and then also then we'll follow it up with a Wells Bombardier, again another kind of explosive
socialist beer. I got it.
Yeah, so I'm getting ready for sort of the bombshell if Trump wins, and I'm having pizza.
My grandson told me that you might have to click on the pictures at the bottom to change who had the predominant video imagery. I don't know what all he was talking about.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's sort of automatically just sort of whoever's talking. Sort of
that's what I thought, but I don't know.
All right. Okay. And okay. I'm just going to post on the Ask a Canadian Facebook page. We are live.
Oh, this is some sort of strawberry banana punch, liberally spiked with
liberal.
Yeah, that's right. And the ratio of punch to rum will change up or down depending on how all this goes. So Rachel Maddow doesn't seem panicked or anything yet. So
not yet.
But then she is a professional.
Well, it does seem Trump is leading in Florida, which is kind of, I mean, he has to win Florida, right?
Yep.
He has to win Florida, or he gets to win Florida.
Well, as we've discussed many times.
Win anything? I mean, really?
Of course he has to win. Have you not read The Art of the Deal? Failure's not an option.
Well, they let the boa constrictors vote down there now. As long as they were born in America.
I want to know what Mr. JJ is drinking.
Well, I'm the resident teetotaler. I'm drinking a nice glass of water.
Water.
Yeah, but what's in it?
Is it from Detroit?
2 H's and an O.
All right. I'm drinking Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'. God bless America. And I've sort of spiked it with some Ensure and some Xanax. So cheers.
No, wait. Hillary's pulled ahead in Florida now.
That's the only head she's ever pulled.
47. As we've discussed many times on Ask a Canadian, Canadians love Florida, and you Americans, you find that mysterious?
Well, many of us have been there, and The beaches are okay, I guess, but there's Floridians all over it.
Everything south of Gainesville's kind of hosed.
Any place within striking distance of Havana on an inner tube is a mess.
You know that now a lot of people believe the happiest place on earth is in Florida, and that's of course Panama City. And I got some real nice tattoos there and a rash.
I thought, given your proclivities, you were going to refer to the tremendous Mar-a-Lago. Isn't that in Florida?
Is it?
What?
It is. That's going to be the second White House, only it's going to be made of gold.
It's going to be his Warm Springs.
That's right. Warm Springs also what he's going to liberally pee out on his losers when he defeats them.
Hmm.
If I might ask, what is the difference between Panama City and Panama?
One's a
man
song,
and a plan.
one's a beautiful city. I liked your what is that called when it goes backwards and forwards the same way? I got that.
Push me, pull you?
Palindrome.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about the old in out, in out.
No.
that doesn't come back out the same way it went in.
You know, Mr. Plexico, after listening to your advice, now my chat won't automatically pop up who is speaking. So I'm stuck looking at whoever I feel like clicking on, which I don't want to look at that. I wanted to do it automatically.
You would.
Maybe you let me ask my grandson.
I think you're sabotaging.
So Clinton's ahead in Florida now because they're starting to count the illegal ballots.
Mm.
Well, if they're only now starting, then this is going to be a late night.
Mm-hmm.
Noted political commentator Michael Strahan is on ABC at the moment.
Carl, let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Once President Trump gets sworn in,
Yes.
do you think Toronto is a safe distance away?
Okay.
It's a fairly easy drive to a bunch of American cities.
Yeah. So you are Christian. You are in foot-pound Burlington, Vermont, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Again, I am, as we've discussed on our other podcast. What's it called again?
I don't know. I don't listen to it. I don't care for it, really.
That could happen.
That could happen.
I live in Metric Burlington, Ontario.
Metric Burlington, that's right.
Yeah. So now you are actually closest to the Quebec border. So if you had to make a run for the border, but I advise you against moving to Quebec in any capacity.
I wouldn't move to Quebec. I might move through Quebec at upwards of 85 miles an hour.
Well, which
I believe is, hang on, let me do the metrics.
85 miles per hour. That would be about
120 hectares.
100, maybe 100. No, that would got to be about 130 kilometers an hour.
How many leagues?
Yeah, how many hands?
Hang on, let me Google that.
Season.
So Quebec's like the French Mexico of Canada.
That's surprisingly apt.
Yeah.
Quebec is let's say 85 miles per hour. You'd have to be doing 136 kilometers an hour. No sane Canadian would drive that, but Quebecers would on residential streets. So that just lets you kind of know what kind of people they are.
I mean, I'll stay
out of their way by being on the sidewalk the whole time.
I'll say this as a lifelong New Englander, I've learned more than once that anybody with a Quebec license plate is driving like a maniac. Just automatically, you give them a wide berth, let them do what they're doing because you don't want them behind you or indeed directly in front of you or on the same road as you or in the same state as you.
Yes,
well,
exactly.
I haven't been a New Englander all that long. I have learned, though, that the Quebecois, they are they feel very free to come down to our outlet malls just whenever they
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
They just, head on down, load up their Camrys, and then drive very suspiciously back.
Yeah.
Because
Do
they
they
know they're going to
leave?
have to pay some sort of tariff or duty.
Yeah.
At,
Here's the
border.
here's why you should hate us Canadians if you don't already have sufficient reason. We buy your milk because it's so darn cheap, and it's so darn cheap is because your federal government pays farmers to like milk cows. And so, whereas we don't in Canada, so our milk's very expensive. So you
Now,
are
your
adding,
milk's also gay, right?
well, we do have homo milk. Yes,
Yeah.
you got your 1%. I'm sorry, you got your skim. You got your 1%. You got your 2%, and then what we call homo milk, which I think you might call it whole milk in America, maybe. What do you call that fatter than 2%?
Walmart. I don't know.
Well,
Look, I didn't listen closely enough to Bernie Sanders to learn about percents.
Yeah,
Like what's
it's a lot.
the 2%
it's
of the
a lot more
1%?
math than I want with my cereal in the morning. I tell you that.
They're not doing a Bernie write-in vote count in the popular vote, which I find very strange.
well, yeah. I mean, they called Vermont for Hillary pretty early, which makes me suspicious.
There's only what, like it's 18,000 people in Vermont or something. There's not you've got moose there, don't you? Don't you have moose there?
We have moose crossing signs. I haven't seen any actual moose.
Right.
It's fun. Just for anybody visiting the area. The further
I shouldn't laugh. I'm kidding.
Oh, that was good.
but the further east you go, the more dire the moose signs get.
Okay.
Here in Vermont,
dire
there's
moose?
a lot of signs that just say moose. There are moose. Just so you know, there's moose. But you keep
And
going
then?
into New Hampshire, and gradually it becomes, holy shit, there's moose. Watch out, you're going to die. 154 people just like you died only last weekend because of moose.
Wow. How many people died of moose?
Moose bites are dangerous.
All of them.
Wow.
There are people around here, think, I'm just going to T-bone this moose. I don't see a downside to it. And, I mean, you can tell it's what they're thinking because they text it right before, right before they hit. And then the next text you get is from a moose going, dude, you're not going to believe what just happened to me again. Messed up my fur.
Oh, I thought you were doing a Penthouse Forums letter. Sorry. I got excited.
I'm going to
for a
need
moment.
another one of these first.
You'll never believe what happened to me with a moose.
Rumalicious. What are we seeing here? 15% in, Clinton's ahead by 10% in Florida. That's just math. Is anybody watching us? Because I know I'm not.
Math is rigged.
Hang
I
on just
took
a second, America. I need to get a little more of this. 1 sec.
All right. I took high school calculus, and that's when I realized math was rigged.
Yeah, I stopped taking it because I knew it was rigged. I never took calculus.
Yeah.
I don't know what a number is.
But that thing is, that's about all we have to do in Canada. Ohio.
Oh,
Really?
Ohio.
Ohio's Clinton, or is Clinton really leading in Ohio? Or is that just one of the
percent? All I've got is ads. It seems like every time I look at the dang TV on ABC, it's a commercial. Right now, it's for Humira.
Is that ethical, running ads during the election?
I would think no, but
I would
this
think
looks
there'd
like
be
it.
nothing more American. What are you talking about?
It's an ad for psoriasis.
I don't think they should be selling psoriasis.
Well, some people like. I hear one of the Kardashians has it, so it's fashionable.
Well, as much as they drink, it's not shocking. It's a terrible liver condition, and I just I've lost so many relatives to it. It's unbelievable.
I can imagine.
Now, your fiance, does she know you're using her headphones, Carl?
Yes. Well, she works for a law firm, and this is like the student hiring day or something. I guess so. When they hire all the best and brightest students, have graduated from law school. There's some sort of. This is Canada, right? So everybody has to be all the same. So this is the day when all the law firms hire the students. So yeah, she'll be working till about 8:30 or so.
And I don't know what that is in American time, but it's probably pretty late.
Times it by 1.3 and divide by 32.
Oh, okay.
So that's yesterday morning?
No,
Yeah,
you know what,
exactly.
Christian, here's a little math trick I learned. If someone tells you a formula to how to translate something into another number, you just go, okay. And then you're done.
All right.
Well, now they're calling Illinois.
Oh, are they?
Well, yeah. Well, Rhode Island.
Calling
Illinois.
Illinois.
Ah,
they calling
calling Rhode Island, huh?
Was it
I'll
New
have to-
Hampshire? Was
I'll
that the
have to
one?
call
That
up
was,
my brother-in-law. and
I
talk to
don't
him.
get Canadian TV down here. What are y'all watching? I don't.
They've called New Jersey
for Clinton?
for Hillary Clinton, as well as Massachusetts.
This
Oklahoma.
election is rigged. It is rigged.
Connecticut for Hillary.
Oh, they've called it? Well, I'll take the
Yep.
credit.
Well done.
Uh,
Yeah, but these are little
We do what we can.
states. And these states almost don't even count. So I wouldn't worry about it too
Maryland
much.
called for Hillary Clinton.
You know what's a big state is Texas. Let's see how that goes.
I
That's all I'm saying.
don't know, man. As Delaware goes, so goes the nation.
Mr. Plexico, did you do any voter intimidation today?
No. No. They made me take off my shirt because I wore a Trump shirt to the polls.
Okay.
And then when I took off my shirt, a lot of people left, but I wouldn't call it intimidating. I mean,
Well, that would be intimidating, but
again, I wouldn't call it intimidation, but some people, when you see, you know what I think it comes down to is a lot of men are there with their ladies and then they see a physique like mine and they just, I guess maybe intimidated is the right word. Maybe you're right. And then I'm not making a judgment on your physique. It's just that in Canada, like shirtless men scare us. Like how you have shirts and skins when you have to form teams. We have like shirts and we
then
call them cowboys
two
and Indians,
shirts.
but yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we have shirts, and then the other team wears two shirts. So that makes us feel more comfortable. Usually
Sure.
the team with one shirt wins because when you throw on two shirts, you're sort of weighed down and stuff like that. But
In New England, we have a similar policy with condoms.
Did someone just trot upon a cat?
Yeah, I've got a cat now. I've got a cat. Let me get her.
What does
Hang
the
on.
Canadian cat say?
Wait, everybody stand by while Carl grabs his pussy.
Yeah. Drinking. Yeah, we did have to have a pussy on this show. Hang on a second.
true.
I'm gonna get her. Hold on.
I didn't hear any consent.
Yeah. Grab the pussy of victory.
How them ravioli? I'm sorry, ravioli.
Not bad. I bought some butternut squash ravioli to sort of symbolize what Hillary's going to do to Trump.
You mean get turned orange? I was like,
So I'm putting all my ravioli in prison.
matter of fact, the more I think about getting a mouthful
She's
of
camera
orange,
shy.
the more I think maybe you messed this metaphor up.
Florida. Clinton's
So,
still eating in Florida. That's good.
Out
Clinton
of
eating in
curiosity-
Ohio. That's just weird.
Out of curiosity, is anyone other than us watching? I don't know how to see that.
I'm not watching this either.
Oh, we have 3 viewers.
That's us.
Three?
Did
Yeah,
you give
it
up
is.
on that cat?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll get her in a bit. Just she likes to hide under things. Wait, there she is. Hang on.
Well, if we're going to show animals, then
Cookie.
that's
Her name,
Shannon.
her name is Cookie.
Hey, so how long's your dog been wearing that hearing aid?
Off and on for a month, stubborn monster. She'll get a hot spot, and I'll put the cone on her, and she'll sit there and take it, and the hot spot goes away. I'll take the cone off, and she gets another hot spot.
Wow.
Mm.
So if you don't learn,
We should say hi to our 3 viewers.
You know, did you hold up the cat?
Hello,
I swear to
3
God, I was looking at that little picture of Christian's dog for a second, and I missed it.
Oh, okay. No, the cat's hiding under the table. We've got tables in Canada. That's one of the few things one of the things we share with Americans
man,
in terms of
Canada's
our
changed.
culture.
That was their last.
Here's a little known fact. A lot of people don't know this. The wrestling move of putting a guy through a table was invented by Canadians.
Clinton's leading in North Carolina. That's good. She kind of had to
Florida-
take North Carolina.
Florida's 1% apart right now. That's
Well,
what it's
if Clinton can take Ohio and Trump can take Florida, I don't think it's really gonna. It's gonna.
Which channel are you guys watching?
I'm watching the CNN.
I've got
I'm watching
ABC.
Fox News and Drudge in a mashup.
How are they doing?
I'm a little confused by it, honestly. Whoops. That was me accidentally opening Facebook. I shouldn't have looked at that.
No, don't do that.
What is going on here?
Yeah.
They said the name Mitt Romney.
Yeah,
Sounds
Florida is
familiar.
narrowing. Florida's narrowing. It's like
Well,
less than
it does
1%.
that right up at the top.
Yeah.
before
They
it
call it the
widens
Panhandle.
back out as it goes down.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Plexico, if it goes,
says Clinton,
if it
Trump,
goes bad for Trump,
What do you mean if it goes bad for Trump?
I mean, if he loses like the big butternut squash that he is.
Name one thing Trump has ever lost at. Name one. Just one. Just name one. You can't do it because he's a winner. So, you can speculate all you want, but I mean, with your flying cars and your electrical grids and your telecommunications and your highways and stuff. But no, this is real now. This is America, and we're going to make it great again. So,
Wow, that's pretty authentic.
When you guys vote, do you vote like paper ballots or like touchscreen machines, or it's like the little lever
there was
things?
a touchscreen machine, but it said write-in vote, and when I whipped out my Sharpie, they ushered me out, and I don't think that's right.
After you'd taken off your shirt and everything.
I know. The whole thing seemed like a big fiasco. I should have took advantage of that early voting.
Christian, how do you vote in foot-pound Burlington, Vermont? Do you a touchscreen machine, or is it a paper ballot? What do you do there?
We vote for the people. We are.
That sounds kind of communist, I'll be honest with you.
Holy crap! Trump took Texas.
What?
See, that's what I'm talking. That's a real state right there.
Yeah, it's the Lone Star State.
And that one star is Donald Trump.
I
And
thought
you
the one
know
star
where
was Rick
it's
Perry because he's on Dancing with the.
See, that's Dancing with the Stars. That's a different show.
But he's a Texan and he's on that, so that makes him a star. Is he the lone star?
No.
He's not lone though.
Oh,
But Carl, to answer your question, we have we have these boards,
Okay.
and they have a picture of the Democratic candidate on one side, and the American Socialist candidate on the other.
All right.
And then you close your eyes and you kick a hacky sack towards the board, and whichever one it comes closest to, that's your vote.
All right, that makes sense. It's only about a third of the vote in Ohio is reported.
And then you give them 2/3 of your paycheck.
They're saying 82% in Florida, and it's just 1% difference between them.
Ooh, it's gonna be close.
Mm.
I'm so confused.
North Carolina. I don't know.
If
I'm worried my Geritol's getting stale on me.
Florida.
I'm going to turn off MSNBC. These guys are talking too much. I just want to see colors.
We don't have an MSNBC here in Canada. We have the CNN. We don't have Fox. Fox was like banned in Canada because apparently they felt it was too stupid.
What?
Sorry, Plexico, Mr. Plexico.
And you guys
There's
have
only
Brian
one.
Adams.
There's only one fair and balanced source of news. One.
So, Mr. Plexico, are all four of your grandparents, are they all American born? Because Ann Coulter says that if all people who have all four grandparents born in America, if they were the only ones who were allowed to vote, Trump would win all 50 states.
I respect Miss Coulter in a lot of ways. I do. But you can tell that she is lacking. Well, she lacks one important skill for a woman, and I don't think you need to really question me on this, but I don't think she can cook. I mean, if she can, she ain't eating what she's making. So I don't know how much, what do you call it? I don't know how invested I am in her opinion per se, but to answer your question, all 6 of my grandparents are from the United States.
Oh, okay.
I had to settle for 3 out of 4.
Are you playing into a stereotype there just for my benefit?
Sure.
How many chromosomes do you have? Quick. Don't wait for the translation.
What's the formula for that?
Times by 1.3, divide by 32.
Yeah.
No matter what channel I turn to, there are a bunch of very anxious-looking white men talking very fast at each other. Is there a NFL game on or something?
Yeah.
Is it Monday night? My wife told me that there's football on Thursday nights now.
Well, that's just America for you. Oh, yeah, Trump won Mississippi.
Thursday nights ain't been the same since they canceled Magna PI, I'll be honest with you.
It's a fair point.
Whatever happened to him?
That's when Project Runway comes on, man.
Whatever happened to him?
Lassiter was a fine movie.
As far as I know, he's still out there solving mysteries. I mean,
he's got the blue blood now, doesn't he?
There's some question about whether or not he was actually the author Robin, but I don't think so. I think maybe Higgins was, but it was all very unclear. Okay, apparently I'm getting some kind of phone call. Y'all got to bear with me for just a moment.
Carl, you were curious about how we vote.
Yeah,
and I would say,
JJ, yeah.
I would say that here in Connecticut, at least at my polling place, we had to fill out a little multiple choice test where we bubble in the answer and feed it into the Scantron machine.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So I felt like it was fitting since I was voting in an elementary school, which is one of the few times I'm allowed in one.
That would be difficult, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, is it difficult to fill out a ballot with a raging erection?
Well, I mean, it usually doesn't have enough ink on it to do the job thoroughly, so I wouldn't know.
Sorry.
You gotta bubble it in completely or it doesn't count. You know what I'm saying? So
JJ, have you always spent
Well,
your
I
life
wish
in
I'd known
Connecticut?
that sooner. That's why I'm no longer married.
Carl, what was that?
I said, have you always spent your life in Connecticut, or have you lived in
No,
other?
I was in Massachusetts for roughly 5 years, and I spent a year in London, United Kingdom.
Jolly old England. How'd you find that?
You got a
GPS?
map.
A map?
Well, I would say the old part fit, the jolly less so, but I did enjoy it most.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. it
Yeah, I
was
didn't
grad
find
school.
London jolly. I mean, they seem increasingly sarcastic over there.
They would, wouldn't they? Yeah. I
They,
do enjoy. I enjoy the use of tag questions, though. How so many sentences end with another one.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Florida's dead even.
It's dead? Oh my
Well,
god!
yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Frankly, I
North
see it
Korea was
outside.
threatening.
Well, I know I was
North Korea was
calling for
threatening
just a
to,
minute, but I don't know what y'all are talking about at all. I'll be honest with you. What are y'all talking about?
Trump's a few votes ahead in your Florida, so
What?
What's the percentage there?
it's like 48-5 each, with Trump ahead by about 300 votes or so.
That's gonna
Drudge
be
has
right. See,
Drudge has Florida at 49-49.
Yeah. Well, the Drudge is rounding up.
I didn't even know it was. Is there only what is that? 49, 8,
Yeah.
98 people voting.
The alt-right does not like fractions.
That's true. That's true.
Just one drop.
Just one drop of what?
Uh,
now,
no, Clinton's ahead by a few votes now.
CBS is
In
shorting
Florida.
Clinton by about 4 votes compared to what MSNBC was calling.
Well, CNN's got her ahead by like about 300 votes. or
Oh,
so.
but these guys haven't called. These guys haven't called Connecticut yet.
Yeah. It's a big deal.
Well, it's how many votes you guys got? 7.
Yeah, we got all 7 of them.
Yeah. Because these are white men, just looking very stern at each other.
I'm just learning about Chrysler's Black Friday sales event. Am I being paid to tell you this?
Yeah. Clinton's now ahead by about 1,000 votes or so, more than 1,000 votes in Florida.
I'd like to know where those came from.
All of a
Well,
sudden.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Some guy
Canadian
named
retirees.
Dad, probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
Danny Glover's telling me about pseudo-bulbar effect.
What?
Yeah. He's
I
telling
thought
me
he
all
was
about
getting
it.
too old for that shit.
Well, that's why he can't stop laughing anymore. That's what the pseudo-bulbar effect does to you.
I got my cat.
Oh!
Hey!
I don't know if
name-
I've ever seen a Canadian
Right there.
cat before.
Her name is Cookie. My
Cookie?
my
Hello,
fiance's
Cookie.
daughter named her Cookie, and she is I think she's called a Bombay cat or something. And
Oh.
they're bred to look like a panther, and she mostly likes to eat and sit on laps, and that's kind of her thing.
That's nice.
Yeah, you can do the same thing with a panda.
Can I vote for your cat?
My cat is only stands in America or Canadian elections.
Oh.
I'm hoping I could get her to be a senator one day soon.
Has Canada ever had a black cat parliamentary leader?
Governor General.
Okay.
Oh, they're talking to Nate Silver.
What's up with him?
He's looking a mess, the poor man.
Oh yeah.
He has for several weeks now. I wonder if Nate has any data on how many people in America are buying that haircut or that hairdo that think that he's not quite bald yet.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
told him he had this thing where he had the sides growing real long and it all just sort of combed forward.
I'll just say that the Nowcast is not looking so hot for him.
Are you saying that his hair is more ridiculous than El Presidente's?
You mean Obama's?
No. Mr. Super going to be president later tonight, Trump.
Oh boy,
Oh.
they're talking to Rudy Giuliani now. I think I'm gonna be.
Oh,
Hey, is he in drag again? Because he's pretty good looking for a man in drag sometimes.
It's time to turn. It's time. Change its channel once Rudy comes on. What's Kalena? Yeah.
I
So,
think
Carl,
it's
how do you
great.
guys vote?
He's come a long way from being like that little kid on that football team.
Yeah. Well, in Canada, our last election was maybe similar to yours, where it was kind of a anybody but Harper, who's sort of our conservative prime minister, and he was a big ass jerk. And so I did not like Trudeau, so I kind of sort of held my nose and voted for Trudeau. So I think
Who's that?
Doonesbury is pretty funny. So
Who's that young guy that everybody likes up there? What's that guy's name?
yeah, that's Trudeau. Justin.
But you don't like him? I thought everybody liked him.
He photobombed me at a gay pride parade.
as one does.
Is that some kind of sex move I'm just not familiar with?
Oh yes, in so many ways, yes.
Because I mean, there's like, what is it? There's missionary. What the one from behind? I forget what they call that one. And then I guess foreplay. And then the what else is there? Right?
There's Gangnam Style.
Oh, I hadn't heard of that one.
Yeah.
Is that is that like 2.5, 3 people, something like that?
Yeah, I think you need at least one doing a horse move. I don't know about the rest of them.
That sounds too much like fractions. I'm just going to say I understand it and move on.
What are you watching, Christian? What channel are you watching?
CBS.
No, CBS. What CBS?
Survivor.
No. Florida is ahead. Trump is ahead in Florida now by like 30 votes.
In my little picture here, it looks like you and JJ are in the same room, Christian. It looks like y'all are like just sitting real close to each other.
Well, I mean,
I didn't want to say anything because
it's not untrue.
How come mine's like real wide?
Well, don't gloat, man. It's cold up here.
They call that a chode.
It's like it's like a good sized woman's butt, you know.
Ooh, no, Trump's ahead by like 8,000 now in Florida.
Where did those votes
80%
come from?
I don't know, 88% counted. I hope there's still some like huge ass cities.
88%. That's like a lot of percent.
Yeah, that's several percent right there.
Well, Clinton's still well ahead in North Carolina, but I mean, she really needed North Carolina. It looked like it was North Carolina for Hillary.
Yeah, it'd have been a long night for her if she loses both North Carolina and Florida. Then
No, I think that makes it a pretty short night, actually.
Yeah, but she's like, I mean, there's only 30% of the vote in Ohio, but she's leading in Ohio. She was not really expected to win Ohio, which is interesting.
That was like a virtual tie too. Last I saw. I'm not the one looking at Nate Silver.
Yeah.
He's long gone.
What's Nate Silver saying? I don't know, what he's saying.
He's long gone. I don't know where he went. They brought in Rudy, probably scared him off.
Before we got on here, Rudy was talking to somebody on MSNBC.
The Place for Politics?
Yeah, who was asking him if he was proud of the way he's behaved during the campaign. It was very, very interesting. And Rudy said he was very proud of the way he's behaved during this campaign, and then went on about how Hillary's looked sick the whole time.
Well, she doesn't seem well. I mean,
and the way her hair looks like it's falling out, and how orange she is, and the way she keeps grabbing women by the pussy.
Yeah, but
wait.
I mean, what is it?
Wait.
Well, they've called Alabama for Trump.
Damn
That's
it!
a big shock.
That is
I
a
owe
shock.
somebody $1.
What I mean, you reckon maybe she's menopausal?
What, a 69-year-old woman?
I'm just saying. I hope Bill's enjoying this year because it's the only 69 he's getting from her.
There are rumors they have had sex at least once.
Well,
I think Chelsea
once,
started
yeah.
that.
I'll be honest, that name Chelsea sounds like a British person might be your daddy. I don't even know if that makes it legal. Can you be an American president if you've had like a British baby? Is it possible Chelsea is secretly British? Is what I'm asking.
Could be.
I'd like to.
I haven't seen any evidence saying she's not.
I know. It's very insidious.
Yeah.
So,
If you're Republican, yes. If you're Democrat, no.
I've forgotten what the question is, honestly, Carl. So,
Are you allowed to be fluent in French?
oh wow, yeah. We don't even say that anymore. We say freedom.
That's true.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to step
Oh,
aside for a moment.
I have spent too much time reading up on this election because when I hit the F key on my in my browser, it immediately goes to 538.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't. I stopped when the new Hillary email thing came out. I stopped looking at that for a while. This is too depressing.
Let's see. I have election night forecast. 538 is still predicting Hillary or Hitlery, if you prefer,
Hillary sounds more better.
to get like 303 electoral votes.
Out of how many?
I don't know.
Is this another fraction?
Sorry, 302.6.
302.6. Oh my lord.
Yeah, no, I think that's algebra.
You know, another fraction I don't understand is 9/11. Just don't get it.
Are you wondering how Bush could have done that?
I believe history's shown us that Obama created 9/11.
Oh yeah,
That's what I heard.
was that on that day that I had Breitbart blocked on a previous job?
You can block the truth, but you can't hide from it.
What's going on with the race in the Senate? Any big upsets there?
No, it's
Do we notice
mostly
any-
white.
Mostly white. Okay, yeah, this is true.
They are predicting. Looks like they're predicting the Republicans to maintain control of it.
That'd be disappointing. Sam, I think what they're going to do if Hillary wins, because Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I mean, she's going to kick soon, right? So if she kicks, then they're going to be back to what they basically were when Ginsburg and what's his name? Scalia? What was his name?
Scalia.
Yeah.
Scalia, right? Yeah, right. When he was alive, so it's kind of like,
Yeah.
so like, so it was like 4 conservative, 4 liberal, and 1 sort of centrist. So if what's her name kicks, then they'll sort of be back to that, right? So they'll have like.
Well, have you not picked up on the Republican strategy, which I think is quite brilliant, which is just keep not replacing the justices until it's not even that supreme of a court no more, and nobody cares.
Yeah.
Well, it used to be okay court, and then the kind of mediocre court, and then the just who cares court. Because if they just keep refusing to put people back in it, pretty soon nobody will listen to it no more.
Well, that's the thing. I think if if you get like 8 years of Hillary, they could just let the justices die off till they no longer have quorum.
But don't you worry about what that's going to do to the country if we get 8 years of Hillary? Look what it did to Bill's hair.
That's true. That's true.
My Lord.
Florida. Yeah. Trump's Trump's about 63,000 votes ahead in Florida. 91% of the vote counted. Yeah, Clinton's comfortably ahead in North Carolina.
When you mean comfortably ahead?
You know what he means.
Yeah.
Sounds like another fraction to me, but just
Yeah. Only about a third of the vote in Ohio, but Hillary's ahead. And then Virginia. Ooh, Trump's pulled well ahead of Clinton in Virginia.
How many? What percentage?
45% of the vote counted. Trump is 51 to 43.
Well, that should change when they start counting the cities
Yeah.
or start getting reports from the cities.
What did I miss?
Michigan now? Yeah. Clinton's
They
well ahead in
called
Michigan.
Tennessee for Trump.
Oh, only 6% of the vote counted in Michigan. That was sort of one that was like looking. That's weird. Clinton's ahead in Texas, but 46. Maybe they just have counted Austin or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or maybe like something the Latina vote all just kind of like.
I thought a few minutes ago somebody said Texas had already gone for Trump. Is that not the case?
Yeah, it looked like that, but they had it red on the map. But
Arkansas, they just called for Trump as well.
just surprised. South Carolina.
Well, I don't want to criticize Arkansas because I know they're trying to do the right thing, but I mean, if America had a sort of redneck center, I'm just saying. Although, it's kind of interesting because seems like Arkansas had a lot of experience with the Clinton family before, so maybe that's actually an important indictment against their family and their leadership skills.
Well, they got too early to call for Arkansas, CNN at least, but yeah, I don't think.
So I'm not much on conspiracy theories, but doesn't much of the Illuminati now get run through Walmarts by way of the Arkansas Mafia?
Well, weren't they building internment camps inside of Walmarts in Texas? Wasn't that the thing they were doing?
Other way around.
They were building Texas inside an internment camp.
In a Walmart.
Right, well, yeah, right, yes. Well, you need things to buy when.
I tell you, the big shocker is going to be when it turns out FEMA, the L and the E on the end are silent, and it was always Hillary's conspiracy. Think about it. Blew your mind.
I think you need to call Alex Jones.
Maybe he needs to call me.
I'll be back a sec, gentlemen. Don't take over while I'm gone.
Don't forget your
Too late.
Yeah.
I'm taking over.
A violent coup.
All right, let's boot Carl. How do we do that? They're projecting that the House will stay in Republican control. That's MSNBC again, just always going out on the limb. Let's see, what else we got?
I've got a minimal amount of useful information on my screen at the moment.
Yeah.
All I see
it's
is
amazing how
I think I can see Carl's bathroom.
What's he doing in there?
No, he didn't go that way. I don't know. I'm just guessing. That's what I'm saying.
Well, somebody better tell him he's going to the wrong room for what he's about to do.
It's a big old fancy light switch. Oh, we can almost see what his power settings are, what his temperature is set to.
Enhance. That always works on TV.
Nicely played.
Let's see. It's Delaware. We knew about that.
Man, now the more I think about it, JJ, the more I think watching Blade Runner might be a better use of my time than watching the election results.
That's at least it'll be a more entertaining way to go out.
Yeah, I hadn't seen the ultimate super director's cut. I just saw the old director's cut. So.
Oh, there's a 7th?
There's like it's like the 9th or something.
Stop talking about the House. Rachel is doing her eyebrow thing where they kind of just straight across but then curl up on the end.
I'm looking at Martha
that's
Raddatz,
gay,
and she
though.
looks unwell. I feel sorry for her.
I switched away from CBS because it was a local station cut in. They were interviewing our senator, Patrick Leahy, had just re-won election for like the 9th time.
I had to get some more pizza.
Pizza's good.
Yeah.
Pizza's good. Maybe one of the most American foods.
This is Montreal style pizza. Let me
that?
show you the secret of Montreal style pizza.
Yeah. I'm dying to know.
Instead of it, one of those little plastic things they put to keep the box from.
Yeah, the protector from the crushing effect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What they do is they put it like a little dough ball.
Really?
In the middle of the
Like a
pizza.
garlic knot almost. Only it's just a ball.
Yeah, but it's just it's a ball of dough, and they put that in the middle of the pizza, and
That's what makes it Montreal.
Montreal. That would be Montreal style pizza. Yes, I'm not saying Canadians are particularly creative. It's
Montreal pizza's got balls.
it's like our pizza boxes aren't white; they're blue. So it's Montreal style.
That looks like a really good piece of pie right there. It looks pretty tasty.
This is really good pizza.
Have we chased off our listeners yet? Because I'm tired of wearing shorts.
We have three awesome viewers. I can't really see who they are.
Are you still sure that's not us?
No,
Because I can only see the 3 of you.
no. It's whoever the 3 are.
I assume one of them's the NSA. They watch everything. They're
At
all.
least one of them.
They watch you poop.
One of them just Facebook, so it'll sell us stuff based on this later.
I get one of them letters every now and then from the NSA telling me to eat more roughage. So I think they're paying too much attention to me.
It's for your own
It's
good.
all for the best.
So who sold you that pizza, Mr. Carl? Because I think you ought to give them an endorsement of some sort. Okay, it's a guess the name. Okay, 2 words. First word sounds like angel. Sounds like
It's a place called Halifax Donaires, and they make
what's
they're
that
famous-
second word?
Donaire. It's like gyros.
Like
So
the-
do you get your donuts from pizza places?
Halifax Donaire. Is that like
Halifax
There's a lot
Donaires.
going on here. You got Halifax,
Yeah,
Donaire,
yeah.
you got Montreal style pizza.
Yeah.
I'm confused and actually a little worried.
I'm literally slack jawed at all this information.
Oh, okay. Let me break it down for you. Okay, so Halifax, that's a city out on the east
Okay,
coast.
okay. It's also some kind of machine, right?
Yeah, and then exactly, and Donaire, and that's like a gyros. So
Does that mean when you say gyros, is that like what we would call a gyro or a gyro?
Sure, yeah, exactly. However the hell you pronounce that.
It's some kind of Greek food.
Right? Yes.
But Donaire, how's that spelled?
Well, Donair. So I think it's kind of like the
That sounds
like the Lebanese version of gyros or gyros.
Okay.
And but then instead of the tahini sauce, whatever, they put this kind of sweet garlic sauce on it, and it's really, really, really good.
Man, Carl, I tell you, I don't like foreign influences in my country, but I'm gonna say you can go and send that over the wall when we get it built. That sounds good.
Well, yes.
Hang on, I'm moving over to my couch.
That sounds delicious. Now, do you have to be in Canada to get this? You got to be in Halifax.
Well, Halifax is a place without a lot of money, so Halifaxians, they, there's the diaspora. They leave Halifax to find their fortune in real cities like Toronto and Calgary and Vancouver, and then they bring their Halifax Donaire style of gyros to those cities. And so, for some bizarre reason, Metric Burlington has a large number of these Halifax expats. So we are blessed by having a Halifax Donair restaurant, and it's really good. But they also make a Montreal-style pizza, which I said has the little dough ball, and it's really good pizza. And so that's that.
So is
Makes
it?
sense?
Do they shave it, or is it like little medallions, or how's the meat look?
I'm glad you asked. Well, what they do is they actually shred the pepperoni. So instead of like round pepperonis, they kind of like shred it. So you get this like as if they put it through a paper shredder.
Like little medallions, or how's the meat look? That
Well,
was
yeah. Well, it's actually like they put it through a paper shredder. So
that sounds really tasty and almost pornographic.
it's quite delicious. Yes, and I've moved on to my Wells Bombardier.
Wells Bombardier. No, back it up just a minute. So your fiance ain't there, and you got a whole pizza to yourself and a bunch of beer. Is that right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Holy shit!
I'm
You're living the life, man.
I'm wearing pants though. Yeah, I will.
Okay, well that you don't need to show
Exactly.
me that. That's how it always starts.
That'll change after you've been married for a while, though.
This ain't one of your regular webcam sessions. You can just keep your pants
No.
on. And stop.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, you could just stop posting your Amazon wish list to the chat too. They ain't buying you nothing. So just
They can only be a 16-year-old girl again.
I think that's what we all wish sometimes.
Exactly.
Oh, we was talking about Hillary's menopause, I believe.
Yes, right. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Halifax. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's all I have to say about Halifax Donairs. If you ever.
That'll snap me out of my pizza envy. So I'm thinking of her old bleeding from her eyes and whatever. Or not bleeding because she's all dried up. Yep.
Christian, I just have the urge to draw you like one of my French girls. The way you're lounging.
Clinton.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Are those
still ahead of
headphones
the
from
whole-
Adidas?
Hey.
Are those headphones from Adidas?
Yeah, they are. It's the Sennheiser Adidas headphones.
That's fancy. I like that blue color.
Yeah, I use for my my walking around in transit listening. I kind of use these Bluetooth headphones now, but these are sort of just good for like.
Those are just regular blue, not Bluetooth. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now y'all have some kind of public transport system up there?
Yeah, we have a train.
Just the one.
Well, boxcars. It's kind of.
I don't know much, but I assume it's kind of like one of them from in India where just people are hanging off the side of it and everything.
Yeah, well, that's second class. That's their second class ticket. But first class, you get to go into the boxcar with like the cattle and the pigs. But
Nice.
Second class ticket.
I'm sitting way too close to my camera now. Hang on.
Yeah.
Sorry, everyone. Do that to you. Whoa.
No. So how's everyone's agita right now? Just curious.
Not great. It'll be better if Ohio gets all blue real soon here.
Yeah. Gary Johnson is not getting the 5% of the vote he needs for the Libertarian Party next year to be automatically on the ballot.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, that's because all of his voters are high.
Mm.
He has some strange ideas about marijuana.
Does he?
Just that?
I'm just curious as to what kind of strange ideas? Like
Oh,
that
all the
should be used to make bonnets for your prayer women. I don't know what. I mean, that would be a strange idea. So,
all the diseases it can cure and stuff like that.
like being not high. What?
Hey, we're up to 4 viewers. Hello, 4 viewers. Welcome.
4?
I don't know who you are. But
Now it's definitely us.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
If those four viewers told two friends, and then they told two friends.
That would be. Hold on.
Brian must
You'd
be
be
off
disappointing
working
an
now.
awful lot of
people.
people.
Yeah.
We had 16 people. Yeah.
Unless they've all got the same friends.
Be like my high school girlfriend. Gone viral. No.
I thought you were going to say four people. I was going to say that's
yeah.
like in a trench coat or standing on top,
Yeah, be like my high school girlfriend. Imaginary.
I'm not sure why they're not calling Florida for Trump. I mean, Trump's kind of comfortably ahead, but they're still like about 10% of the vote. If they
But,
just
I
know
think all
that,
the cities are in too. I think he's got it.
there's a lot of swamp people still got to vote, but I think he
Yeah.
probably will
Right.
take Florida. So
right.
you
Yeah,
got to
you
get that
gotta
skiff
vote.
and get out. And what with the times changing and everything, it gets dark and maneuvering around in that water at night. It's real dangerous with all them snakes and alligators.
Yeah, they could have lost a whole mess of votes just there from them pythons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's not
Happened before.
the way that they're making it look. They're looking like all the cities are in. So I would suspect that you're not going to see too much of a difference
Mhm.
in what's already come in versus how that's going to wind up.
Does Miami get to vote?
Not this year.
Which is a shame because it's going to be its last time. It'll be underwater by 2020.
I just know there's a lot of Mexicans come across the border to Miami, so I didn't know.
Taking
That's
all
true.
those Cubans' jobs.
Well, if there was just a wall, that wouldn't be happening.
That's true.
Even a curb would help. Carl, when's your next election?
Boy, it will be maybe about 3 years from now.
Oh,
What are you
really?
running for?
Yeah, in Canada, you don't have to wait. It's like you don't have to wait until like a certain date to have an election.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah, so you can call an election early. Like, you could theoretically, after the first 2 weeks of winning the election, you could call another election. You would lose, of course, because people would be really pissed off. But a lot of times, like if the party in power is like, well ahead in popularity, like they've won a war or something like that. Not that Canada wins a lot of wars, but maybe
yeah.
yeah.
That'd be
Is this a
great.
theoretical condition?
See, that'd be nice if they had that here, because we could let Hillary be president for a couple of weeks and then call an election, and she'd have got it out of her system, and so she'd stop bothering people and let this country get on with being great again.
Exactly. Yeah. She realizes no, she's not the one to make it great. So she sort of steps aside. And,
So whenever Canadians just have a whole mess of money lying around, then they just say, let's have an election and get rid of some of this extra money.
Well, they're probably cheaper up there because they got Canadian dollars.
Now we got a commercial on for some kind of, I think it's a Harry Potter spell. It's something called Entresto. Dude's playing a sitar in it. I don't know what's happening anymore.
That's some sort of Hogwarts banking spell.
Okay. They said it reduces the risk of death, so it sounds like a good spell to me.
So you saying Ann
You
Coulter,
wouldn't say that if you listened to our podcast.
Ann Coulter doesn't want no mudbloods? Is that what's going on?
It's true. She said
She's
She
probably
said-
had her fair share of them.
she said
Ew.
no quadroons. I think that was the specific quote.
Coin flip on Wendigos.
I hear Wolf Blitzer. I can't tell if it's because he's here or if somebody's
Yeah, they-
watching him.
no, yeah, well, he's lounging around my living room right now.
Don't
he's
say
with
his
you.
name 3 times. You'll summon him. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, don't call the election. I'll be right back.
All right. Okay.
Let me see if I can. How do I pause my video like that?
Mm.
Yep.
All right.
Gone? Is he gone? Is he gone?
You on? Jill Stein, next president.
Yeah, she's not even.
Not really
She's-
registering in a whole lot of them.
Exactly.
Okay, let's see. Michigan numbers starting to come in. Hillary's up there, but it's early. see what else. Oh, that's what Katie Tur looks like. I keep hearing her name, but never seeing her face. Yeah, they are coming in hard on Hillary winning Connecticut.
Yeah.
It's
So
a big
congrats.
it's a big boost, but ABC, I don't think either they already called it or they haven't called it yet. It's hard to tell, but they've been on the same numbers for like the last 20 minutes, so I don't know.
Clinton's leading New Hampshire. It's only like a
That's good.
small percentage of the vote, though.
They just drew a spiral on Ohio, so I think that means a portal to the netherworld. It's green, so it's probably Cthulhu.
Yeah, good.
Things are not
Yep,
going well.
yeah.
That's
I've
what
been
we need
to
right
I've been
now.
to Cleveland. That's right in line with what I'd expect.
Well,
Massachusetts is all H dog.
They're about 800,000. I was just speaking with a Republican in the state. 800,000.
Who have they not called? See, they're still waiting on Virginia, North Carolina, Florida, of course.
no,
All the
ABC has
important
not
people.
called Connecticut. I can see it's still gray on the map, which I
There's-
believe means Liam Neeson is here fighting wolves.
They're so lame.
The data pointed out to me was 17%. So it's a little bit up, but it's not.
Let's see. Hillary's up by about 50,000 in North Carolina with 2/3 in. She's up by a little in Ohio with only about 1/3 of the votes in.
I guess Florida history says don't call Florida too early. So
Yeah.
I wonder
Yes.
if good old Brian is ever going to join us.
I think it's still at work.
yeah, he will be. Well, he's in California, so it's
Yeah.
it's like not even going home time yet for him.
No.
in
Mm,
California. Yeah.
that's too bad. It must be hard to be 3 hours behind. It's like a different world.
I lived out in Washington State for a number of years, and like I spent all of my time out there always like adding 3 hours to be like, wow, it's 3 p.m. Wow, it's 6 p.m. back in real time.
Oh, it looks like Mr. Plexico is back.
I'm back. Got these
All
bright
right.
studio lights on me and everything.
Well, President Jill Steins appreciates your support.
So we called it. Sorry, in your absence.
Yeah, we couldn't help it.
That's
She
messed
got
up.
almost a 10% of the vote, and we decided just to give it to her.
Mm.
Hey, Trump is ahead in Texas now.
Oh,
Oh,
well.
wow.
I wonder if I can get some of that Donair pizza if I went up to Detroit.
Well, you could cross if you had a passport, you could cross the border to Windsor and get an excellent pizza in Windsor. Although Detroit has pretty good pizza itself, I'm not gonna argue about that. But Windsor has about the best pizza in North America, although nobody knows about it.
Mm.
Well, you
Yeah.
can't. You don't. You're skeptical, I know, but trust me, you don't.
I
So, yeah,
live
they've
in
tried it.
Connecticut, and we've got New Haven, which has like 3 of the top 10 pizza places in the U.S. It's tough for me to really
No,
get out of that little bubble.
no.
Wait, you think Connecticut got the best pizza in the United States?
I would say yes.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
That's a bold statement.
Democrats are leading in the Senate.
I want to know more about this Connecticut pie. What makes
Yeah.
it special?
Well, it's reputed to be one of the first places to start really having it here in the U.S., but also because Connecticut is one of the very few states where there are counties where the majority of people would consider themselves of Italian descent. In like, again, New Haven County is one of those, and there were a lot of people from southern Italy that came over here at the turn of the century, and they all made really good pizza.
Italians don't know anything about pizza.
Nah, we
I've
don't.
been to Italy when I was in the military, and what they call pizza over there, I would not call a pizza. I just let you know that I think it's just my opinion, but it was not very American.
Once my Italian, I guess he's a second cousin, something like that, visited us, and we brought him to a pizza place, and he thought that the pizza was a bread.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, well, we wouldn't call this pizza.
I would agree.
Mr. Plexico, what state do you actually live in?
Well, currently I reside in the state of Georgia.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. And what food is unique or special to Georgia?
Well, I don't know that we have anything particularly special. There are those who say that Brunswick stew was born here in Georgia. But like a lot of food folklore, I don't know if that's true per se.
I think chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles is very Georgian, and you can actually get that at a Waffle House.
Huh.
And Waffle House actually comes from Georgia. Now, a lot of people think that Crystal comes from Georgia, but that actually comes from Chattanooga.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A is Georgia.
Chick-fil-A is also from Georgia. That's true.
I'm just hung up on the fact that you guys give waffles an entire house.
Yeah. It's like the International House of Pancakes, only it's for waffles, and there's just the one. Yeah. Well, I say there's one. Technically, you can also get them with pecans, so that's two.
Do your IHOPs have blue roofs?
The Waffle
do,
Hostel
they
just
do.
didn't quite work.
Well, we used to jokingly call it Chateau de Waffle until, obviously 9/11 happened, and then we don't make that joke no more.
I was thinking more along the lines of waffle internment camp, but why no?
How many of the terrorists came from France? Half of them?
Something like that, some fraction. It's yeah. I think 9 of the 11 maybe is maybe what it was. So.
Oh, well, my TV is showing an ad that seems to have confirmed that Kiefer Sutherland is now president.
Ah, okay.
Well,
he was the designated survivor of this election.
I'll tell you this, that elections that last 4 or more years is a serious condition. You should see a doctor.
Well, good night, everybody.
Well, our local station is saying only 9% of Connecticut's votes are being reported, so I don't know who's calling it after 9%, but they are.
Oh, they've been called Illinois with less than that.
I just wish I'd taken more math classes back when I was in school, because I didn't realize it was going to come up so much.
Sorry. So, Mr. Plexico, so waffle houses are basically your state food? Is that the deal?
At this point, they're basically America's food. They then spread out all over the place. But yeah, they're a real good indicator of what American cuisine would be like if Georgia got to pick. Yeah.
And what's the deal with chicken and waffles? Like, what is the appeal there?
I believe it's kind of like coffee and cream, or what is it, apple pie and ice cream? I mean, it's just
Franks and beans.
It's things that go together.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. And Christian, you're a recent convert to Vermont, yes?
Yes.
Okay. And you moved there from? Where'd you move there from?
I was also trapped in Georgia.
Ah, okay. Is that a state?
I'd had all variations of potatoes that had been smothered, scattered,
smothered, covered, top chunk, diced, peppered. Yep. Cap.
Interred.
Yeah.
Violated.
Yeah. And
Put on a
grabbed.
no-fly list.
Crispied and doubled. It's also options now.
Locked up.
Wow. Man,
Rigged potatoes. That's the
soon.
best.
Baked potatoes.
Florida, there's still a lot of votes left from Broward County.
I'm kind of thinking that hash browns with steak gravy, kind of like poutine, would be pretty good. I don't want to get all Canadian, but
Vladimir?
maybe we could replace the curd with donair, and then have like steak gravy, donair, and hash browns. I think maybe that'd be like our ideal election night dish.
Yeah, not helping with the agita.
Yeah, and I think it's pronounced donor.
Oh, is that right?
Do you put gravy on French fries in your parts of America?
No.
No, but I do
JJ,
put it
say
on,
that.
I
The
put
bad
steak
thing.
gravy on hash browns. I do
But
that.
only when we're mocking a Canadian sitting at the next table who came down for our outlet malls.
We put chili and cheese on our French fries, which is kind of like poutine.
No, that's a fair idea.
Yeah, chili and cheese fries are pretty good.
I'm a ketchup and salt man from way back.
You like chili and cheese on your ketchup and salt?
Yeah, it's really good.
Each his own.
Whatever, man.
That's why my skin's so clear.
We got some more polls closing in like 5, 4, 3, 2,
Yeah, a bunch
One.
of flyovers.
0. Yeah, but probably red state. So
Oh, they've added a whole bunch of numbers suddenly.
ooh, surprise! They're calling New York for Hillary.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What? You know, Donald Trump is from New York.
Yeah, odd. Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
Wow.
But Hillary spent a fair amount of time there. She was a senator.
Yeah. CNN actually has a good picture of Donald Trump. He looks like he's smiling and his skin is not orange and he's not wearing a red tie.
That's one of those special filters.
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
They've jumped up the numbers to 97 electoral votes for Clinton to 123 for T. Rump.
Woo!
Well, CNN has it 97 Clinton, 84 Trump.
You know, the road to America being great is going to be well paved and built by people who have American jobs. It's going to be awesome.
What is your job, Mr. Plexico?
I'm
We got
retired.
137 for Trump here.
Are you retired on some like a pension, a government pension? What are you retired on?
You were awfully nosy.
Sure, I
Well, I actually I was in the military, and then I had a pretty good job building airplanes for a while, and then
all right.
I got retired from
Chinese
that.
took that job from you.
They quit making the big ones and started making these little drones and stuff. I mean, we still blow up shit as good as any country, and probably better than most, to be honest. But I don't have to do it no more, so you know. I get that in my Social Security check, and then my wife, she does hair and stuff.
Is she licensed?
You know, this is America. You don't have to get a license to do your hair. So,
Let's
I
see.
mean, she pays her taxes. Is that what you're asking? Because I don't know who these three people are who are watching this, but she pays her taxes.
Wow. True fact about Ohio.
Do y'all have beauty shops?
What do we have beauty shop? No. What, Canada? There is no
Yeah.
beauty in Canada.
Let's see.
It is so big within, texting back and forth with both Democrats and Republicans, frankly.
Yeah, the true fact about Ohio. If you get your food at a restaurant for takeout,
Yeah.
there's no sales tax. But if you eat it in, there's a sales tax.
That's interesting. I've also noticed if you get it for takeout, there's no tip.
Yeah, what's your policy on that? Because it depends.
I
Some
don't pay
places.
tips for people putting shit in the bag. That's stupid. That's
No, okay, all right, okay. Christian, what's the Vermont policy on tipping on takeout?
Tipping on takeout. Well, if you keep 1 foot outside of the restaurant at all times,
Yeah,
then you're not obligated to it.
all right. JJ, Connecticut. That's where
Well-
you are, Connecticut.
Yeah, that's right. We're a fairly waspy, puritanical state in some ways, while there are a lot of papists such as myself here, the more waspy thing to do is to tip as little and as infrequently as possible. So for takeout, it's like the only time I see anybody do that is if somebody hands them change. Like if you get coins in your hand because you paid and there was not exact change, then you put those in a little basket. Otherwise, you don't do it on takeout.
I get the feeling in Georgia, you either leave a 25% tip or a chick track. Could you confirm, like Mr.
Oh,
Pesco?
rest his soul.
That's about true right there. I just think, like, if it's takeout in particular, you think about it, I wouldn't tip at McDonald's drive-through window. I ain't tipping at your counter if you just hand me a bag of food. That's ridiculous.
Right.
I mean, it's like, they come up to your house with the pizza, and then they always want $5. It doesn't matter whether they drive 5 minutes or 20 minutes. They always want $5. But then they didn't do nothing but drive the pizza over, and they make more money than the cook, and the cook's the one who doesn't build your pizza up. And I'm just saying, You can't give him no money or her no money. I don't understand. The whole pizza tipping thing is just a big scam.
Wait, red alert. Trump has overtaken Clinton in North Carolina.
America's on the road to being great.
69% of the vote in.
Only thing that's got me concerned is all these countries on the left side of the country, or these states on the left side of the country. I said country twice, but I meant one of them was supposed to be a state. Anyway, when you go more on the West Coast,
Yeah.
I'm concerned because those people are up later, and there might be more liberals staying up and voting and stuff.
Well, I mean, what's the deal? It seems it's like as
Read
you
each other's screenplays and stuff.
Yeah,
as
well,
you get-
all them Colorado people smoking the dope and stuff.
as you get colder and you're closer to water, you tend to be Democrat, and as you sort of get away from water and you get warmer, you tend to be Republican. What is the connection?
You said water on both of them.
Well, no,
Was this
further
a
away
test?
from
Did
water.
I pass? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Sort of warm and away from water, Republican, and cold and close to water, Democrat.
How does it work in Canada?
Well, if there's oil, then you're conservative, and if you make cars, then you're liberal. Or fish, you're liberal.
What if there's vinegar?
Vinegar. What do we do with vinegar in Canada? We put it in the fish and chips,
Okay.
French fries. I
Okay.
don't know. So it's like I don't know what we call it fish and chips because we really mean because if I don't go into like McDonald's and I'll have a burger and chips, I say a burger and fries, right? But
It's a special use case. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But when I order like fries and fish, and like fish and chips, please.
And when you get fish and chips, do you get them to go?
Eat in, yeah.
Eat in.
We used to have
Buy
it.
tip.
Yeah, we used to have an H salt fish and chips. You still have that there, H salt?
That is foreign to me. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Anybody? Does anyone know? No. Okay. I thought it might have been anyway.
You got your Captain D's and you got your Long John Silvers.
You might as well just spoken Arabic at me. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Red Lobster. Do we have a Red Lobster? You guys know Red Lobster, of course.
We have Red Lobster. We're America. We invented
All
Red
right.
Lobster.
All right.
Where is Cheddar Bay? That's my question.
Is that where they make them fancy biscuits? Because those are delicious.
It's where they grow. They're
If that's in
harvested
Canada,
daily.
that's where I want to move when Trump takes over.
Those biscuits are delightful. Normally I just like a biscuit, just like a straight up biscuit like my granny made. But like those are pretty good biscuits. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I eat so many of the biscuits that my blood sugar gets so high I can't even enjoy my fish. But it's worth it. Do y'all have them little biscuits at the Red Lobster up there?
We call them buns.
I don't care what you call them. Do you eat them? That's what I'm asking.
Oh yeah, for sure. But, well,
Wait a minute.
well,
Wait a minute. Isn't a bun I'm not a cook, but isn't a bun by definition something with yeast in it or something? Isn't that
No, not in Canada. If it's kind of like round and made of wheat, then for us it's a bun.
I keep expecting somebody to say, we call them scrotum or whatever. It's all these weird rearranging of the names. Okay.
So you just dive right to scrotum.
Well, that was the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah. Well, we can all agree that America has spoken on Jill Stein, right?
She's a class act. Oh, is that not what they're saying?
No, I think they're saying go away.
Oh, well. That's okay.
Yeah, I didn't care for her.
Was it the last name that freaked you out, Mr. Plexico?
Yeah, it was too close to Frankenstein. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
It's a little scary, I admit.
yeah. You never saw her sort of below the chin. That was the odd thing, to see if she had like neck bolts, right?
Yeah, that was a big concern of mine too.
Yeah.
No, and see, in today's age, it's just solar.
I just say this: if we're going to have a woman president, our first woman president ain't going to be a dang old hippie communist. So, she's going to be a secret socialist. That's what she's going to be.
You got to admit, Clinton knew how to dress in the 70s. I mean, those striped pants, that was where it was at.
Yeah, I like her. This is one of the things I do like about Hillary, and you won't hear me say this very often about anything that I like about her, but she sure does have a delightful collection of pantsuits. I mean, they are colorful. It seems like she's got one for every occasion. It's great. Now, somebody told me that Brian Thompson was going to be on here.
Brian Thompson.
He would have just gotten off work a few minutes ago.
Yeah, and
I go
Do
read
you actually believe he has a job?
that was news to me. I thought he was kind of like living off the avails of his rich fiance.
The last time I saw him, he tried to make a mockery of me in public. I just wanted to have some words with him.
Well, I'm sure he'll be here soon. Have you guys been following his new podcast? Whatever happened to pizza at McDonald's?
It's a real nail biter.
I don't know what that is, but I don't think they have pizza at McDonald's. I can tell you that.
They did in like the early 1990s. That's what Brian Thompson is trying to figure out. Because one time McDonald's served pizza and then they mysteriously stopped.
This does not sound like a true story to me.
This is a true story. It's true story. Honest to Justin Trudeau. We worship him like a god. But one time they had pizza and then they stopped serving pizza. And Brian Thompson, in his capacity as an investigative journalist, not as a stunt comedian, he's trying to get to the bottom of why McDonald's stopped serving pizza. And things he's finding is frightening, I tell you.
It seems pretty obvious to me why they wouldn't serve pizza. They're not equipped to handle tips. We were just talking about that. You can't tip at McDonald's, and everybody who gets pizza tips. Paradox. Just locked it down, and I don't know about you, but if I'm in line at McDonald's and somebody in front of me seems like they don't know what's going on, they need to get the hell out of my way and let me get up there and get my Happy Meal.
No. Trump took Arkansas.
Oh my God!
Y'all are repeating yourselves. Didn't Trump take Arkansas like a half an hour ago?
Yeah, something like that.
All right.
Ooh, yeah. Trump's 128 electoral votes to Clinton's 97.
That's 129 awesome. To 104.
Y'all are just saying numbers now.
Weird.
It all sounds like it's going my way. I wish I'd put even more of my lottery winnings on this thing. You think about it, Trump's living the American dream. I mean, he is living the American dream. So, I mean, he's just got so lucky. It's like his whole life is a scratch off. Like it's amazing. So.
So far, let's see. So far, Trump hasn't taken any states that Romney didn't take last time around.
Oh, yeah?
Well,
Trump has one thing over Romney.
What's that?
He's not a Mormon.
What kind of underwear do you think Trump? What kind of underwear do you think Trump wears?
Gold.
Oh, I don't. I don't.
Well, time to start.
I bet it's gold boxers because he's a fighter. And you know, if he sharts himself, it just slides right off that gold. You can't make gold dirty.
These are lots of images, none of which are welcome.
That's the price of being an American sometimes. Oh, let's see.
Oh, another ad break here.
CNN, I don't think has had any.
Hey,
ads.
Carl, you know what kind of underwear Hillary wears?
Thongs?
It depends. You see, depends
Oh,
because she's old and frail. It's like,
no.
Oh, it's an ad for a Netflix show about Queen Elizabeth on ABC. That seems strange.
that seems
Well,
awfully royalist this time of year.
That's Mark Smith. He used to be a Doctor Who. He plays Prince Charles. I've been sort of trying to plow through that.
That was a lot of information.
You've been trying to plow Doctor Who?
Plow through that new Netflix series.
Oh,
Princess Margaret, if you're listening, keep your hands off the group captain. That's all I'm saying.
I don't even know what's going on anymore. Hey, so he was Doctor Who, or he was on Doctor Who? What are you talking about?
Yeah, Mark Smith was one of the doctors. And,
Which doctor was he?
the one before the old guy. Apparently, there's like a whole generation of Doctor Who watchers that only know like kind of young, cute Doctor Who's and don't know that Doctor Who is usually played by an older, big-nosed, nerdy guy.
Oh, like Sherlock Holmes. Is this like Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah, pretty much. It's
Another thing that David Tennant has ruined for everyone.
I know. So when they came out with the
He has
new
hurt a
one,
lot of people.
yeah, well, when they came out with the new one, the old guy, he doesn't have a big nose, but he's old. They kind of had to kind of address it. Like all of his companions are going, "Oh, Doctor, you're so old," and he's like, "Well, yes, I am." Okay,
well,
moving
hold on. Is that how a Canadian does a British accent? Because I am loving it.
So this show's about a doctor. It's like a medical drama.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. More.
It's like Dr. House, but not.
We don't have cable, but
It's like Diagnosis Murder.
what's that other one with the Jessica woman? Murder, She Wrote. That's another good show.
Yeah. You still get Matlock there in Georgia?
We live it.
Not wrong. I'd forgotten what watching this stuff was like when there's not new states reporting their results. How much they babble.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
When they were just talking about Waffle House. No, wait, that wasn't them.
that was maybe they could find that airplane that they went missing.
Which
Well,
one?
if anyone can, it's probably the man who's on my TV right now, which is an ad for David Blaine. I bet you he's the one who done made the thing vanish.
Who buys time for David Blaine during an election?
I guess he's got a show coming up on ABC itself, so they didn't buy the time so much as just eat it.
Okay. All right.
That's an expensive thing to eat. It's like,
All right.
dang.
Well, that's what happens. Like that song about putting it in a bottle, it's so that it's easier to eat. You just pour it right out.
Well, so do we all wake up tomorrow to because we're all East Coast?
Well, at this point, I'm debating whether or not we all wake up.
Yeah, exactly. We find Russian troops occupying all blue states tomorrow morning.
We'll find out maybe. If that would be a big influence on the election that everybody was claiming that there was some Russian influence. I think if tanks rolled into the streets, that would be a pretty big influence.
Yeah, Mr. Plexico, I mean, how do you feel about Mr. Putin and Trump sort of cozying up to Mr. Putin there?
Trump's a fighter, and I reckon what he's probably doing is trying to get him in close, so he can put him in a headlock and make him surrender, because that's probably what he would do.
Okay.
I mean, he's been around enough. He could say what he wants to about it, but I know the truth is, Trump is strong anti-communist. He's strong anti-Sharia law, and he likes women. So, yeah, those are three qualities that he and Hillary, I guess, have in common. But there's other things that differentiate him. I mean, he has obviously better hair. And better taste and decoration would be two of the big differences. I mean, like when I think about a Trump presidency, I don't really worry about Russia, but I do wonder about how much is going to be spent on the White House decorating, because if he tries to make the White House kind of match up with his own decor, it's going to be an expense on the taxpayers that I don't really want us to have to foot. Although I do think any American leader ought to live in style. And it probably would not be good for America if the president had to spend a lot of his time putting together IKEA furniture.
What if you were president? What would you decorate the White House like?
Well, that's a good question. I definitely would finally get me one of them lazy boys, because I remember when I was growing up, my grandpa had a lazy boy and my father had a lazy boy. But for some reason, when it come time for me to get a lazy boy, there ain't no room for a lazy boy. We can't afford a lazy boy. It's like, well,
I'm sorry, who's that supposed to be? It sounds kind of like the old man on Family Guy that's kind of molesty.
Well, that was my wife Agnes. But I'll tell you this: I was not mocking her, if that's what it sounded like, because she's a great woman. And the fact that she's standing behind me is not influencing what I'm saying. I'm just telling you that, hold on just a second. No, I was not mocking you. Okay. Sorry.
New Hampshire's gotten close.
Which of your many firearms does she have trained on you?
She is a good woman and relies on me for all the shooting needs in this household.
All right. Just making sure.
Yeah. No.
We don't want anybody under duress.
Got no problems in that department.
Okay, can somebody explain New Hampshire to me?
Well,
I wish I could, Carl.
There was Old Hampshire, and we got rid of it.
Right.
And now there's New Hampshire.
Right. Because it's kind of in that sort of very liberal pocket, but New Hampshire seems to be kind of like, can be kind of conservative, can kind of liberal. It all depends. Like, what is the deal with New Hampshire?
It's got some, I guess you could say, stubborn tendencies. It's it kind of, if you want to buy into what like the press version of it is, it values independence. And wasn't there some kind of project some years back to try to turn it into a libertarian state? I seem to recall hearing that, like, libertarians all move to New Hampshire because they already don't have income tax, so it's like we're halfway there. And I don't think that quite worked, but maybe there's still enough of them there that it tosses things up.
Which one of them states is live free or die?
That was what was that, the fifth of the diehards? I can't remember. Fourth or fifth, one or the other.
Right.
Let me Google it.
It's New Hampshire.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you guys actually know. Okay.
I don't know much about libertarians. Surprisingly,
one charged me a fine once because I lost a Choose Your Own Adventure book.
Wow.
I'm sorry, no, that was a librarian.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, was there like, do they have like, you build your own roads and just charge people to use them? Is that the idea?
Yeah, actually, that's about right.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't lose a Choose Your Own Adventure book about going to Atlantis because they will hate it. No, I'm thinking of librarians again. Damn it.
Wow, Michigan's leaning Trump now. Not only about 15% of the vote, I think, is in, but
Yeah.
I think it would be a big coup if Trump takes Michigan.
Can we not use that word? I'm a little concerned about that to begin with.
Michigan or two?
I'm just saying this is I think there's a revolution going on. Is what I'm saying.
See, that's not any better.
You know what? You know what's good in Detroit? Coney dogs.
Like the guy that we killed in 2012?
No. Did we get him? Did you guys get him in America? Somebody get him? No.
I think that one guy that started whacking off in the street killed him, right?
Yeah. Well, killed the idea of him.
What is it? Yeah, they what do they call them? They call them Coney Islands. They actually call them Coney Islands there.
Coney dogs.
Which instead of being Coney Island is just a kind of restaurant that serves hot dogs and Greek food. It's very different.
Well, no, they put chili and onions on the dog.
Yeah, I said hot dogs. That's like you.
What do you mean? Yeah, like that's like.
Is it different?
Well, it's the greatest thing ever.
Well, just that's how you serve a hot dog around here. I don't know. The Varsity is another Georgia food that's also chili and onions and mustard on the hot dog.
Varsity?
Varsity.
It's my understanding that if you eat that way, it's a lot harder to stay on Varsity.
Well, they make their home cut fries, and I think they cook them in lard or butter and lard. Was it lard? I don't know.
Blard?
Christian probably.
Paul Blard?
Yard.
Ball cock.
And they cook them in Paul Blard.
Yeah, well, I think we'd all be better off if someone melted Kevin James down and rendered him for use in culinary applications.
Or even candles. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, no, that's fine with me. But well, as long as they're not scented.
That's true. That's definitely good for your paint.
That's no good to anybody.
Oh boy! So what's the score?
I don't know.
What
They're
is the
busy
score?
showing me that one of our senators got reabled. Good old.
Well,
Dick
Trump.
Blumenthal.
CNN has Trump at 128, Clinton at 97. Clinton is. It's early in Pennsylvania. Clinton's ahead in Pennsylvania. They're still not calling Florida for Trump, which is weird.
It's too close for comfort.
Yeah, I don't know.
Schneider is president. Oh, no, that was one day at a time. Too close for comfort.
The bulk of those votes that are still being counted in Florida are in Broward County.
Yeah, there's sort of a whack of votes in Broward County to count.
And
It was too close for comfort. Now I'm bothered. Which show was that?
Too close for comfort? Wasn't that the one with Tom Hanks?
It was Ted Knight.
Or that was Bosom
Jim J.
Buddies.
Bullock.
It's
Okay.
Bosom Buddies.
Yeah, I said it was the one with Schneider, but that was one day at a time. It was the one with Jim J. Bullock. Now I get it.
Right, yeah.
yeah, Rhode Island. There she is.
She's a lady? Rhode Island is a lady. All right. Well, that makes some sense.
Well, she must. She's got. She must be. I mean, she's got Trump's handprints all over her.
Oof. Yeah.
Eventually, another state is going to finish counting.
Well, you'd think that, but the way that this election has seemed to have dragged on since I was 12, I'm not so sure.
Yeah. God, that's all we need is to not have a result for another day or two.
Oof.
Yeah.
Boy, I wish they'd go back to the actual ABC. I don't need to see Richard Blumenthal talking about his reelection. I mean, I voted for the man, but I don't want to hear him.
Well, all the talk about the Democrats taking the Senate back has resulted in them gaining one seat so far.
Well, they held in Connecticut. I give you that. They held here.
Oh well, the Democrat in Missouri has caught up a little bit.
Show
Ayotte
me.
has pulled ahead in New Hampshire. And now it's all Oklahoma stuff.
It looks like that hipster Rosa DeLauro will be reelected from the Connecticut House. That's good.
It's interesting that Nate Silverhead Clinton 85% chance of winning Virginia, but it looks like Trump is way ahead in Virginia.
Yeah, that's another one where the big cities are still just really taking their time counting them. Like
Sometimes
Fairfax County and all that.
makes me wish I had the cable. I guess for this kind of thing and giant storms, which are basically kind of the same thing.
Don't you guys get hurricanes in Georgia sometimes?
We had one when I was in, oh goodness, I must have been just back from Vietnam. But generally speaking, they don't come that far inland.
Oh, okay. All right. Tornadoes. You get the tornadoes there.
Oh, yeah, we get the tornadoes.
Was it the year with Katrina in it? Like 2004 or something.
Oh, then
where all those hurricanes hit just right.
We had that flooding happen. Yeah. Yep.
I'll be back a second, gentlemen. Don't make any Jill Stein jokes on the way, okay?
Okay.
Don't sober up on our part.
So Jill Stein walks into a bar and he's gone. Boy, I do not feel well.
No, cheer up. It's all these are all states. All these states that Trump has won, are states that Romney won.
He's got about 150,000 vote lead in Florida, according to ABC, with 94% in.
If I knew how to do math, I reckon you could probably figure out like how many people is in that missing 6%. And are they all named Chad?
There's Dangling Chad and Dimpled Chad.
Hanging Chad.
Hanging Chad. Smiling Chad. Guilty Chad.
Why don't we have any candidates named Chad? Why has there never been a president called Chad? Just curious.
That's a good question.
We've had a Calvin.
Is Chad a name or is it like a diminutive?
It's short for Chadsworth.
Chadley or Chaddington.
Chadwick.
Chaddington Bear.
Chadwick's a cool name.
Chadwick, yeah, that is a good name.
Unless you're a guy.
How about Chadwick Carrington? That'd be a good president name.
Yeah, in a soap opera.
Yeah. And the problem is what people don't know is his first marriage was not actually properly divorced. Like there's a legal loophole, so he's like our first American bigamist president. But he's trying to hide the scandal. But he's trying to do the right thing because he's got good plans for the country.
Yeah.
I don't know. My point is I'm behind President Carrington now. I just decided.
That makes sense. There's policies there you can get behind.
Yeah. Chadwick. That's a good name. Almost makes me wish that wasn't shooting blanks.
He went by the Chadster in college.
Yeah, that sounds right. Did he pledge?
Beta Zoot, I believe.
I only pledge allegiance to the flag.
Have you seen
another Republican?
Have y'all seen any of them new The World's Most Interesting Man commercials?
No, they don't really hold my attention.
I hadn't. I seen one of them, but the sound was off.
Oh, that homeless guy?
Yeah,
with the golden voice? Oh, I love him. Is he okay? I mean, like, really, is he? I don't know.
I don't
know. He's apparently white now and interesting.
Oh.
In fact, I think he's Spanish. But he drinks Dos Equis. Is I think the point of that commercial.
See, I've never gotten what makes that at all interesting. Just,
Dos Equis? Yeah.
Drinking it, yeah. I don't know.
I am back.
There's somebody called Tom Lamas on ABC.
You wouldn't believe all the Jill Stein votes.
Oh, boy.
How many light bulbs does it take to screw in a Jill Stein?
Any light bulb would screw her because she hates lights and she hates electricity.
It gives you cancer.
And autism.
Come on, somebody win another state so I can fret about it.
I know, really.
ABC's got it. 137 Trump, 104 Clinton.
Yeah, MSNBC is the same way.
Yeah, CNN has 128. Trump, 97. Clinton.
Well, I wonder pretty seriously about whether or not I'm going to automatically get a job in the administration. Is that how that works? I mean,
Well, you entered the lion's den here of raving liberals to represent. So
Yeah, I wonder if y'all-
I have never gone to a rave. I resent that comment.
it seems like y'all are on the path to despair tonight. Y'all looks like
Mr. Plexico, if Trump was to make you ambassador, what country would you pick?
oh, something where the women don't like to wear shirts. So what is that like?
Well, there isn't an East Germany anymore, I'm afraid.
Fiji or one of them
For now.
Polynesian country. Something like that, maybe.
I'm surprised. I thought for sure you were going to ask to be the ambassador to America.
What? That doesn't even make no sense. What?
Could you be ambassador to New York State?
For all of its weirdness, I believe New York is part of America. The only state that I don't think is really part of America is everything in Florida south of Gainesville. That's,
The tip.
right, basically, yeah. I mean, if you used to, some kind of accident happened in the south, like everything from Gainesville down just sort of fell off. I mean, you keep Gainesville, but then everything south of Gainesville just broke off and sunk into the ocean. Think about the problems that would solve. Think about it. Just saying.
Or you could sell it to the Bahamas.
You could sell it to Cuba. I don't care. We could double the size of Gitmo with that much land.
Let's see, Florida really hasn't changed.
No.
They're summing up again on MSNBC.
Maybe Russia. Maybe I could be the ambassador to Russia, and then if Trump doesn't want to go mano a mano with Putin, I could. I still know a few moves.
Yeah.
I have no doubt.
You know, one thing,
changes.
like it's going to be interesting because Trump has promised to do a lot of things the first day. I don't know if anybody's compiled a list of all the things he's promised to do.
How many
The
women
things
is
he's
he
going
going
to
to
grab.
He's going to sue like about 10 different women, I think, within this first 100 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Yeah, that seems like something that might happen.
That's a lot of time in depositions, I think.
Well, I mean, if it turns out to be a nuisance to him, he'd probably drop the suits. If it's just, because he's going to have to. It ain't like his TV show, and he knows it. There's going to be maybe twice as much work. So, but I'm excited because he's probably going to try some innovative things, like maybe having a bake sale, or doing some kind of celebrity shampoo off, or any kind of number of ways to raise funds to help get America out of debt. He knows a thing or two about debt, and so do I.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, how much of America's debt can you just kind of write off?
Well, the trick is you stop answering the phone, and then
right.
that's really the main thing. You quit answering the phone, and you just don't answer your mail.
Okay.
Sometimes I wish I could just put a little chute where the mailbox just goes straight into the trash. That'd be somebody ought to invent that. That's $1 million idea right there. Just
right.
in the mailbox, right to the shredder. So.
Yeah.
Carl, what are your countrymen think of what's going on down here?
Oh God. I think we were like tired of the election a year ago. I mean, yeah. But yeah, this has been awful. I don't. Is there a way you people can just like have it once every 10 years from now on? Is that at all possible?
Well, I mean, I'm thinking that we might not have any more after this anyway. So you know,
right. Okay.
you might get what you have.
Okay, that's true. It's been, now, is that because there will be no more America, or maybe no more population on the planet, or just?
I mean, there's a few different ways that I think, like, again, if we're going to talk like Nate Silver, I would say the prediction market here is that there's several different possibilities, and most of them result in no further elections. You do have the one in which there's no more America. You do have the one in which there's no more world. You have the one in which Donald Trump wins and abolishes elections forever, and we just have a president for life, and then a bunch of coups and secession battles thereafter. So, I mean, you're looking at least 3 out of 4 results, probably more. That result in no.
Are you taking notes, Christian? Because I think JJ has just sort of determined our next like 5 that could happen podcast topics.
Oh, are they all based on Trump winning? Sorry,
Yeah.
I was listening to Steve Kornacki for a minute.
Hi, Christian. I noticed you have a little bicycle in your room there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you actually ride that thing?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's why it's. Is that the one I ride? No, that's my old one. I've got a new one in the other room.
Oh, how rich are you? You own 2 bikes.
I'm less rich now that I own 2 bikes. I'll tell you that.
Oh, okay, that makes sense, right? Do you have a problem with the bike theft there in Burlington, Vermont?
He's already
No, I
stole
found
2
it
of
very
them.
easy.
Because
Get around here.
not in metric Burlington, but if you go over to the big city, capital city, which we call Toronto, they pretty much steal bikes like all the time, every time. So it's like you kind of have to have disposable bikes here in Ontario, because people will just steal your bikes all the time.
Well,
you just
bikes are really kind of like umbrellas in that you don't own them. They belong to the universe. You know, you have one, you leave it someplace, it's somebody else's now.
Oh, that's true. All right.
That's what John Lennon said.
Oh, wow. So after CNN canned Donna Brazil, she turned up on ABC now? Who is she
the one
feeding
who's
questions
leaking?
to? Yeah.
Exactly.
She feeding me a question? Is that why she's on my TV? I've got no answers for you, Donna. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's, speaking of sorry, the thing I'm wondering is, at what point will America owe Canada an apology for all of this? Is that due already? I mean, how does that work?
Sorry, my fiance has messaged me. The lady in your life takes
better answer
precedence. I know exactly.
I wouldn't know.
Okay. Well, let me tell you.
I'm very alone.
Sorry, JJ, what was the question again?
The question was,
will America owe Canada apology?
Yeah, because, I mean, let's face it, this is a bit much, even for us.
Yeah. Never. I thought America's motto is never apologize, right? So
never apologize, never explain. Yeah.
Exactly. So exactly. So we don't really expect an apology, but if you want to start fashioning one, like, hey, knock yourself out.
Yeah.
I mean, I for one am sorry, but that goes without saying because I pretty much always am. So
wait. CNN has gone into commercials. It looks like Man in the High Castle season 2 is coming back.
Oh, so they're just advertising all these streaming programs. Oh, wait, Carl, no, that wasn't an ad for Man in the High Castle. That's the future.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
God. Yeah, I know. It's just people are finding films where Hillary has won, and Oh, God. All right, this is as close as you're going to see to a Canadian having an emotional breakdown. Gosh darn it!
I'd wonder what it looked like.
Don't get
Yeah.
your dander up now. There's still
Wait, watch
a
this.
lot
I'm
of time to go.
gonna crush this can. You
Oh,
see that?
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
that's the most aggressive thing I've ever seen a Canadian do.
I know. Usually when we do it, Ask a Canadian, it's just voice only. We don't have the video going, so you don't actually
Are
see
you
the.
saying you're
things.
always crushing cans inside the isolation chamber?
I tear things sometimes, just
Ooh.
just to keep it interesting.
Do you do like Mr. Toomey in the Langoliers and just tear a piece of paper and just tear strips and then say, I'm going to Boston?
Langoliers, okay, hang on, just give me a second. That was about a nice family in New England, and strange things start happening to them, and there's a spiritual black person. Is that the story?
Not quite. There's a plane full of people, and then a bunch of them disappear, but it's not the rapture, Mr. Plexico. I know what you're thinking. No,
Okay.
they disappear because they went through an aurora, and when they did that, it was like they jumped in time, but like time was being erased around them, and
They went from Aurora to Denver and had to stop there.
Yeah,
I get
exactly.
it.
There was no, I don't believe there was a magical black person in that, but there was a magical blind person in it. There was a
Oh, okay. All
blind
right.
child. I think she was blind. Yeah, I think she was blind and had heart problems. I don't know. She had a bunch of shit wrong with her, but she was magic.
All right. Well, the Republicans have retained the House, so if Hillary does win, they will immediately impeach her, right? So
Correct.
correct. Yes. So, but
Time
I guess-
for some impeach Cobbler.
Still 100,000 and change votes separating them in Florida. Trump also has a 10,000 or so vote lead in Virginia. I'm going to need this Alka-Seltzer before the night is through.
yeah.
And
Yeah, they should be calling Florida. I think it's unless there's 200,000 votes in Broward County that they're gonna definitely swing to Florida.
You think Brian Thompson's going to join us, or he went straight to the bar?
Well, Brian Thompson's probably deleting his Twitter his Twitter feed, his Twitter history right now, because Trump's gonna all the people that were mocking him on Twitter are like, Trump's literally gonna send out people to have us all iced.
Well, I don't know about that. He seems magnanimous. I think with a loyalty oath, y'all ought to be allowed to live. So.
But, my retirement plan just sort of clawed its way back from Brexit. So, yeah.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds very European.
Well, yeah. So, luckily, I'm still a young man. Oh,
Look,
wait, Brian Thompson. I think is Brian.
Brian
Hello.
Thompson.
Oh,
Well,
Brian
I'll
Thompson.
be.
Okay, plaid count. Plaid count. Who's wearing plaid?
1, 2, maybe.
JJ.
Sort of.
We wear
Almost.
the
Oh,
same
they said-
shirt. Brian
It's
says
so
probably the
loud.
most
Oh,
socially faux
God.
pas thing I believe I've ever done on one of them.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Brian, how
Not a day.
are you feeling, Brian?
Well, I got to catch up because I've missed a lot of this, I think.
Well, let me tell you, surprise, Donald Trump is running for president.
Okay, so that's my first question. Who is Donald Trump?
Okay. I can feel this. He is a billionaire, and he is your next maximum leader.
Oh, okay. So he's like billionaire. So he's like a good businessman. He has like
Maybe the best.
good
Yes.
negotiating skills.
Exactly.
Probably-
Yes.
Probably the best.
Yes. Yeah. Do you feel you were underpaid, Brian Thompson?
Always.
Okay. Well, Trump will take care of that. So, because
Right.
all the Chinamen who are keeping your wage down, well, they're not going to be a problem anymore.
What about the funky Chinamen down in funky Chinatown? What's their take? Is it just
Let's
kung
see.
fu fighting, or do they have?
Getting a wall.
Let's go to the phones. So what's going on?
Well, let's see.
Oh,
Yeah, Trump is probably going to win Florida, and yeah, he might.
Might
He
win North
might-
Carolina.
Might
We-
win North Carolina. Might win Michigan.
Might win Virginia.
We solved the mystery of whatever happened to pizza at McDonald's. We figured
Please,
that out.
please say no more. If you say it, I'll be out of a job.
Are you sure? Because it's real interesting what actually went on there. It's like,
Look, the thing is, it's the answer to that question is very easy to find out, but it's in my best interest to pretend it isn't.
Right.
but so you know about the tips.
The tips, as in just the tip, please.
As in
No. What we figured
gratuity.
out was that McDonald's isn't set up to handle tips, but when people buy pizza, they want a tip. And so it caused people to stand in line there trying to figure out should they tip or not, which slowed everybody down, and McDonald's couldn't take the heat. That's what I think went on.
I did not know that.
That's what I'm telling you.
I'm trying to order my dinner right now, and
Are you having pizza?
well, I just realized that the pizza place I wanted to order from isn't delivering tonight.
Can I tell you, I hate to interrupt you, but the pizza you want is the pizza that Mr. Carl has. It is astonishing.
Oh, the Toronto pizza,
Montreal style pizza.
Montreal style pizza.
Go on, tell him about it. Tell him about it. You can't just say the city
Well,
names and think you're
right.
telling anybody anything. Atlanta,
Hang on.
Chicago.
Let me get the key feature again. Okay, I got to show it. Okay, I'll be back. All right. Talk amongst
Pizza has
yourselves.
balls.
You know, I was watching this earlier, and I was participating in a chat with one other person on YouTube, but obviously you can't see it because I can't see it now.
No.
That would be too useful.
Yeah.
Oh well. So he's gonna win Florida, huh? So is that it? Is it over? Can it Harikiri?
Hillary looks like she's catching up a little in Florida.
Oh, good.
I think she's going to catch up in Virginia.
What does that even mean? I don't even know what
I'm
you're
a
talking
little
about.
worried about Michigan.
I'm just a lot worried overall
And
forever.
yeah, JJ is just worried.
Yeah.
All right. This is the secret of Montreal style pizza. Is instead of a little plastic thing to keep the cardboard from pressing onto the pizza goodness, they put a dough ball in the middle.
What are you supposed to do with that ball of dough? Just dunk it in some sauce?
Do you know that game Come on a Bun?
I think I know it as soggy biscuit, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, something similar. I won't go to details about it.
Wait, you didn't tell him the other good part about it. Oh,
They shred the bacon. They take the bacon and they put it through a paper shredder, and then they put it on the pizza.
I thought it had some kind of foreign meat in it, some kind of something from maybe Lebanon or something. Donair.
No, you're talking
Donair.
about- no, that was something different. The Halifax Donairs. That's where I buy the
Yeah.
Montreal pizza. Well,
Yeah.
Brian Thompson shows up. We have 5 viewers. We've hit record numbers.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Or people are coming to us for some hope, maybe.
Yeah.
Hard-hitting election coverage.
Can we give them hope? No, we lost a viewer.
If they
Down to
come-
4. We're down to
So
4.
much for that.
Okay.
It
They
looks
learn
like
quick.
Hillary's taking the lead in Virginia.
Yeah, I don't even know how late I'm going to get when Trump's elected. I mean, I'm so in tonight. It's going to be amazing. So
I told you I don't live down there
I would
anymore.
say that the election results are going to be the second most amazing results tonight. That's what I'm saying.
This is the most depressed I've ever been in my life.
All right. Well, Clinton's slightly ahead in Virginia.
Yeah, she just pulled ahead in
Yeah.
Virginia.
Yeah. Fuck all good at me, too.
Michigan is turning out to be tougher than we had anticipated. And if she doesn't win either Michigan or Ohio, let's see. If she loses Michigan along with Ohio and North Carolina, then
Yeah, well, she's lost. Yeah, she's lost Ohio for sure. But yeah, I mean, is it possible that Trump was right that the blacks do love him? Or was it just like, what was it like, why not vote for me? What do you got to lose or something like that? That was kind of, I mean, that was pretty airtight logic.
What do you got to lose?
I'm gonna go put my dough ball back. Okay, I'll be back. Okay.
It sounded more presidential when Trump said it.
He keeps
Holy
handling
shit.
that dough ball. I don't know. What's the matter, Brian?
Postmates is charging $10.50 for delivery.
Of what?
Sushi.
Oh, well, hopefully it'll be fresh.
I mean, as fresh as it can be, being driven 10 minutes to my house.
10.50 is like an extra roll, isn't it?
Yeah, well, at this place, these are like $2.95 rolls at this place, so it's good. And so that would be like 3 rolls. Oh, wait, but I do get a $5.25 discount.
Y'all make me hungry.
I've got an ad, and they've shot Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence into space. Is that what's going to happen? Is that where we're headed?
There's some new movie where they come out of cryo sleep too soon or something, and they have to sort of save the ship or something like that. It was Star Lost. I think it's an updated version of Star Lost. Did you?
Oh my Lord!
Yeah,
Harlan Ellison's gonna lose his mind.
Is he still alive?
Yes, that's really not in character. I'm gonna have to stop talking about this.
Yeah, we just did not dig you up someplace.
Oh, demons was in my head. I'm okay now.
I have no mouth and I must scream.
What if I ordered for Papa John?
Well, if you want to lose all my respect, I mean, go ahead.
Go ahead, throw your vote away.
Just in honor of how the votes are.
Okay,
Papa
Brian Thompson, question I asked everybody else. What voting technology do you have out there in California? I believe JJ said it was a form of hacky sack.
No, that was Christian's. Mine was Scantron Test.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Scantron, yeah. Christian's was like kind of a hacky sack. What is your voting technology out there in California?
Punch cards.
Punch card. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Hanging chads, remember?
I mean, with all the, you got your Googles and your Amazons and your Microsofts and your Apples, like really? Like they're not doing something more technological, like vote by drone or something like that?
Well, I voted at a Thai Methodist church, so maybe there's some sort of like religious opposition to an electronic voting machine.
Okay. Number of the beast, that whole sorts of thing.
Was it Thai Methodist like regular Methodist but spicier?
It's well, look, I'm not saying this as any sort of reflection on the Thai people. It's just this one particular church. But I've been to other Methodist churches before, and the big difference between those and this one was that this one smelled a lot like poop. Poo-poo. I don't know why it smelled like poo-poo. I'm not saying anything about the Thai people and what they smell. They all probably smell fine on average, but this particular church smelled like poo-poo.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So you reckon maybe they had some old coconut milk left over from the communion or something?
Oh, does that smell like poo-poo after a while?
I suppose typically when I eat it, it ends up smelling like poo-poo, but that's just my experience.
I love saying poo-poo.
It is controversial, but I mean, this election cycle's had a lot of bad language in it, so.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
So
President Trump. I'm just practicing saying it. Isn't it?
Okay. Well, we got to get Brian Thompson. How far of a drive are you away from the Canadian border?
That's a good question. Let's see. Maps.google.com. Oh, no, Google has been shut down on order of President.
Why don't you check the Drudge Report, and then there's on the main page, there's a link, Leaving America, ? Click that.
Let's see. What do you think is the closest Canadian city to the state of California?
That would be,
Vancouver.
well, yeah, you're Vancouverish. You're Greater Vancouver.
Let's say Vancouver.
Yeah. Do you like Indian food? Because if you like Indian food, you could stop in Surrey.
I like aloo gobi. I'm a 20-hour and 16-minute drive from Vancouver.
That's not even a whole day.
No. There's some construction along the way, according to Google Maps.
And to be fair, you don't really have to get out until the swearing-in ceremony next week.
All right.
What are we going to do? Like, for real, what are we going to do?
You mean in America?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not allowed to by my own rule to own a gun. Otherwise, well, you know.
You top yourself?
Let me say
Can
this.
I top myself? Really? Because, you know.
Oh, sorry. Wait.
I don't think that's the right. What does that mean?
Yeah,
Something
sorry.
different, Canada.
That may have a different meaning there. Sort of the Commonwealth meaning means to kill yourself, but right.
Oh,
Top
that's
yourself.
interesting.
Right. That might
Yeah.
mean like something with a mirror.
Yeah, and some flexibility maybe we don't have in our old age. Hey,
Okay.
let me play devil's advocate and let's pretend, like, let's just say Hillary won, for example.
All right.
Right. So here's what would I do? Right. Well, I would keep in mind that in America, a great country that she is, we have a series of checks and balances, and that there's the possibility Hillary doesn't even want to be president except in title, and maybe her vice president would be doing all the work, and maybe that person's not a nut job like she is. Maybe I'm just asking questions.
Okay.
So that's what I would think in my position, but I don't know. I mean, I'm, Hillary. I mean, with their death camps and everything, there's a lot to be afraid of. So I mean, I could see why you might want to speculate.
Am I betraying my age by saying every time I look at the vice president candidate King, I see Harvey Korman?
Not far off.
Yeah, he just seems like a Harvey Korman kind of character.
That's Headley.
Yeah, Mrs. O'Wiggins and Mrs. O'Wiggins.
I'll be back in just a
Just
minute.
call Florida for Trump already, CNN. Come on. Yeah. Boy, Nate Silver is going to be like, all of Nate Silver's predictions are like radically off.
What do you mean?
Well, just like all these like things where it's like, Clinton was like, leading and all that sort of stuff in Nate Silver. Like it's Clinton's like completely like tanking in those moderately blue states.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I'm so upset. I'm ordering chicken Alfredo, by the way.
Okay. All right. Okay. Repeat after me, gentlemen.
I didn't even know that was sushi. What? State rights?
State rights. State rights.
State
That will-
rights.
yeah, that will save you, I think, right?
No.
Wait, I don't think so. I mean, it didn't save the country from splitting into pieces before when they had their civil war.
Right.
Oh,
So I
no.
What happened?
Online ordering is closed. I got a call.
You were
Well, a lot
robbed.
of people ordering pizza.
I bet. He's not. He's ordering spaghetti Alfredo.
Excuse me, I'll be
Yeah.
right back.
All right. There was one guy on Twitter. One guy I was going to tweet "ha ha" to when Clinton won. So now I'm so afraid I won't be able to tweet "ha ha" to him.
If you have one of them, if you have one of them time things where you can set stuff off for later, you might want to fix that.
Here, I got to break the bad news to the fiance. It's horrible.
All is
Honey.
lost. Bring more pizza.
Comma, honey. There, got it.
Probably the smart thing to do would be go to sleep and see what happens in the morning.
Yeah, we can wrap this up at about maybe 10:30 EST. If that's
Yeah.
yeah.
They give me time for another Geritol and Ensure before I go to bed.
Everybody here, you all sleep on beds?
Yeah.
When I can.
One or two pillows?
Why? Have you got some kind of Canadian special going?
No, just trying to find some common ground,
Oh,
across the border,
I see.
hands
Well,
across the border kind of thing. Yeah,
what are you talking about? Building some kind of tunnel for these escapees?
maybe. Yeah, exactly. The Underground Railroad.
Yeah, but it would need to be literally underground because Trump's going to build a wall.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean that's the problem with the wall, right?
what is that? I know he's going to build one on the south to keep Mexicans from coming in. Do you reckon he's got to build one on the north to keep Americans from going out?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Virginia. Well, Clinton's leading in Virginia by a bit, so
Well, it's
Dan Fitch is down nearly 500 points. Oh yeah, I'm afraid to look at my retirement plan tomorrow.
Well, again, if I were playing the devil's advocate,
Right.
most of the markets would probably be closed this time of night and not susceptible to the fluctuations of one crazy evening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was my microphone successfully muted, or did you guys hear my credit card number?
No. Yeah. You're successfully muted.
We
yeah.
didn't. We got the number. What's the little code on the back?
6969.
Yeah.
Ew.
Where'd Christian go? Did
This is a true story. One of my jobs I had when I was replacing some guy who was like leaving to go work somewhere else in the company. So he was in a real good mood. And he said, you're not going to get a new phone number. You just take over my old phone number. And I'm like, and he goes, it's so easy to remember. And he got real close. It's 0 to 69. What? Just like, I've never forgotten that phone number, but it was weird how I learned it. Weird. It was really weird. So it was uncomfortable. Weird.
I guess I should turn on my TV.
I'm against it.
No,
I wouldn't recommend it personally.
there's no joy there.
Hey, if you're watching Mad Max, it'd be like watching the future.
So they just called Missouri
Yeah.
for Trump.
Yeah, they did. I'll be back, folks.
I'll tell you, when he wins, he's going to win it the best.
A lot of people are talking about how good he's going to be winning.
He knows the words.
Well, got all the best words, I've been told.
He does. He does have the best words.
So if Trump wins that FBI director, what job's he going to get in the administration? Like Attorney General, or gets to keep his job as FBI director, head of the CIA?
It turns out that the president, he gets to keep his job regardless, actually. The appointments are for 10 years. And Obama put him in that job in 2013.
Oh, okay.
So he's there for a while.
Is that why they say that when you don't have a chance, like you're going to get to keep your job? They say you got your 10 years.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep.
I always wondered about that. Not always, mind you, just
Virginia.
basically just for a minute or two.
Right. I'm gonna crush another can. Okay.
Go for it.
All right.
Yeah. That could have been a Republican voter.
We can call you Crush Mamer.
Exactly. The crusher.
Man, Trump outperforming the expectations are really playing hell with the futures markets.
Yeah. Is it possible to give Nate Silver a wedgie at this point? Can we?
I'll
all
tell you
just-
one thing.
I
Is,
wouldn't be his first, I bet.
when Trump said that the election was rigged, maybe he knew something.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine how much more he'd be winning by if it hadn't been rigged? Amazing.
Yeah, so we've got Giuliani in the cabinet, Newt Gingrich in the cabinet.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Giuliani for attorney
Chris
general.
Christie, probably.
Chris Christie.
If he's not in jail.
He's not going to be in jail.
No, okay.
Or he'll get pardoned.
All
They'll
right.
probably offer Huma an ambassadorship just for fun.
After he grabs her in the pussy.
Yeah, I mean she's a eligible bachelorette. I don't like this map I'm looking at on the TV.
I don't like much of anything.
Oh.
You guys ever tried to do stand up at a funeral?
Yes, actually. My grandmother's funeral.
How'd the set go? What?
The nun overseeing it was not really impressed.
Huh.
Yeah.
Can be a tough audience anyway, just nuns,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Brian, tell us about your new podcast, the Whatever Happened McDonald's Pizza.
That's not it.
That's pretty close.
I just when you're looking it up on the iTunes, I guess it might be close enough.
You'll find it. I don't know. I don't know if you've heard, but I'm an investigative journalist now, and I've been looking into whatever happened to pizza at McDonald's. McDonald's used to serve pizza; they don't anymore. At most locations, there are 3 locations in the United States where you can still order pizza at McDonald's. 2 of them across the border in Ohio and West Virginia from each other, and 1 in Orlando, Florida, which also happens to be the largest McDonald's on the planet Earth, as far as I know. They also serve pasta.
Ah,
That is the happiest place on earth.
And I'm just interviewing key people, McDonald's employees, attorneys, to try to figure out why they stopped serving pizza. Because by all accounts, it's delicious and remembered fondly, but for some reason it disappeared. Meanwhile, the McRib keeps coming back year after year after year after year. And it's an object of ridicule.
Crying shame.
Yeah,
What about the McFeast? Do you remember the McFeast? You might be too young to remember the McFeast.
the McFeast.
Yeah, it was their first experimentation with a lettuce and tomato on a McDonald's hamburger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was quite good, but then it went away. So,
Well,
like
maybe
a lot
that'll be season 2.
yeah, maybe that'd be something else for you to. Now, you sound like you might actually be a legitimate amateur journalist or something. But you told me one time you was a scientist, and then all you did was make fun of me.
I'm a professional in whatever it is that I'm doing. As long as I'm taking advertising on a podcast, that makes me a professional. So,
I did not know that. That's
the facts.
That's good to know.
Now you got a letter from a lawyer. Now sometimes you admit, Mr. Brian Thompson, that fantasy and reality blur in your sort of universe. But did you really get a legal letter from the lawyer of the Panoply Network, or was that just?
yes, I got an actual cease and desist from the lawyer, the chief legal counsel for Slate, which owns the Panoply Network. And their chief legal counsel also happens to be a blogger for Slate,
All right.
whose most recent article as of the time I got the cease and desist was "Who's the most evil in Westeros this week?" And,
Was it Hillary?
yeah, well, I was defrauded by Romani Grifter into believing that my podcast was on the Panoply Network. And I explained that to her, but it still won't let me back on the network. I have
Well,
a very.
now,
I'll tell you what happened though. I tweeted about not being on about how I was defrauded into believing I was on the Panoply Network, and the Panoply Network liked and retweeted it, and then they unretweeted it almost instantly.
On legal advice.
Yeah.
that's an odd story.
Yeah,
Wow,
there's
okay.
there's weird. I have a let's just call him a spy in the world of public radio, who's a member of a Slack channel
Oh,
for
I don't know what that is.
for millennials working in public radio, and he or she sent me a screen grab of the conversation about whatever happened to pizza at McDonald's in the public radio Slack channel, and let's just say there's some support. So I think
Well, that's good for you. Now,
Oh,
why
so
are
cool.
you?
I just looked up at the TV and Nate Silver's on, and it looks like those replacement newscasters from when the Joker took over Gotham.
What?
Something has gone very wrong with Nate Silver.
Now, did I hear you say you got swindled by gypsies?
A Romani grifter, yeah.
Yeah, well, why aren't you in favor of Trump then? Because isn't he keeping the gypsies out too?
He's keeping them out, but see, look, when you have gypsies around, you're going to get grifted every now and then.
Well, you're gonna get cursed if you don't.
You're going to get grifted. You're going to get cursed. It's their culture. The thing is, you take the good, you take the bad.
And there you have.
And there you have a fun culture where you have I would rather have a culture where I'm in fear of my safety and my life because of dirty, dirty gypsies.
All right. And like me, Mr.
And their
Brian,
curses.
And their curses.
Okay. But Brian, you're recently engaged, are you not? Or did you actually get married yet? Or are you still in the engagement?
You need to
stage?
stop throwing out these clues. I'm getting confused.
Sorry.
Were you leaving a trail of breadcrumbs to something?
I may have had too much of my insure here, but I'm just saying. Be careful with me. I'm fragile.
Everybody's engaged. Carl's engaged. Mr. Plexico, what's your love life like?
my love life is good. I'm happily married, but have you met my friend PP the Frog? Hey guys, PP the Frog here is as you can see, much like our new leader is. Hey, what are you doing?
So aren't you supposed to do that with that?
Are you
that
mocking
the-
PP? Do not mock
No.
PP the Frog.
No?
I will drive up to Canada. You get him. Yes, I will. I will get him. Anyway, PP says hello.
Hello, Pepe.
He PP.
Sorry, PP.
Okay. All right. That's all. I didn't mean to interrupt you. You were telling us something about your insurance or something. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just looking at the live election night forecast.
Yeah, I was trying to keep you distracted from that. Y'all seem so sad. You should have done like me. You know who said Trump was going to win today? I heard
Trump.
Rush Limbaugh.
Oh.
Oh, really?
You surprised?
What's the difference between Rush Limbaugh and Glenn Beck? I can never figure that out.
About 150 pounds. Rush Limbaugh does not cry on the air like a big sissy. That would be one difference.
All right.
Rush Limbaugh is, I don't want to seem like I'm harping on the Mormons, but Rush Limbaugh is not one.
Okay.
But as far as we know, Glenn Beck hasn't been found with like a suitcase full of pills. Nor have his many wives, his many child bride wives.
Many wives.
Right.
All right. And Alex Jones, what position will he get in the Trump administration?
Minister of Truth, I'd imagine. Because he speaks the truth. You don't have to be Eurasian or whatever. You don't need to not be a lizard man to understand the truth, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, he wants to be ambassador to Area 51.
Ah. Well, I guess that's all going to come out now, so one can take some solace in that, right?
Oh, wait, wasn't Clinton the one promising to release all the UFO information?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, but
Species trader. Not even race trader, species trader. Going to turn the whole world's secret information over to the aliens or something. I didn't quite understand all what was going on.
Word to the wise gentlemen, you have until, I guess, January to get vaccinated and have your children vaccinated before that becomes unavailable.
Why is that?
I believe Trump is going to end vaccinations in America.
Okay. Good. That'll hasten our demise.
Well, maybe what he'll do instead is outlaw disease. Do you think of that?
That's true. That's a good point.
Because Obama did all this nonsense and didn't stop nothing, but Trump might actually make disease illegal and actually fix something for a change.
Does Canada have nukes?
What's that?
Does Canada have nukes?
We did at one. We did at one point. I think America just kind of lent us some. So and then we kind of gave them back. We decided who are you kidding? So yeah.
We lent you our nukes.
Yeah, the late fees were getting really high.
Yeah. I think America sort of stored some nuclear bombs on Canadian Air Force bases in like the 50s and 60s or something.
All right, they just called Ohio for Trump.
High in the middle, round on the ends, or something.
Yeah, Clinton's tanking in Michigan, which is sort of like
that's shocking.
Yeah, shocking. Wisconsin really looked like it. Like Nate Silverhead, Wisconsin, kind of solidly in Clinton.
It's not surprising that Clinton would not get Michigan, considering how Obama ruined the car industry.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I think Ohio is actually the first state that's been called for Trump that Romney didn't win last time.
Right,
I'm glad you had it last time. I got real confused for a second. Then maybe I.
Yeah, Romney won it this morning.
There's a lot of cities in Ohio, which I find weird.
Wait. There's the cities you find weird, or you find it weird that they're cities?
Well, you got your Cleveland, you got your Cincinnati, you got your Columbus.
Wait,
there's a lot.
Is this the weird part?
Toledo, Akron.
Toledo, yeah, exactly. You got a lot of cities there in Ohio.
There's probably a list somewhere.
I don't know, but yeah. But I mean, at least until recently, I think Canadians, we always appreciated Ohio because, as they say, it was kind of like, without Ohio, Kentucky would be one state closer to Canada. But I don't think we can rely on Ohio to sort of watch our, keep as a buffer state between us and Kentucky anymore.
It's like that old folk song. You can't rely on Ohio.
I know. I think those Ohio people just may let the Kentucky people kind of, come up to our border and be Kentucky-ish.
I'm just checking the Google results right now. It just says, "Oh shit."
Yeah. Well, I think on my Facebook I just posted "fuck?" ? Let's see if people are giving me any wisdom. Oh, wait. My stepmother's weighing in. Hang on. My stepmother weighed in with WTF ! So yeah.
Oh, not even a question mark.
Exactly. She's declaring a WTF. So, can liberals be preppers? Are we allowed to be preppers, or do we have to learn fast?
I don't see why not. I mean, there's so much sensibility in just keeping a stockpile of food and water. And I don't know if I mentioned it before, but you might want to also get you some heirloom seeds.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that's true. Brian, I mean, you're your Facebook and your Twitter has been very vehemently anti-Trump. Are you going to delete both of those accounts?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And your dental records? Is there a
Well,
way?
once you go into hiding, there's no point in maintaining them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to also start going by first, middle, and last name. Just in preparation.
It'd really help if your middle name is Trump.
Maybe I could muscle my way into that family. If I could just somehow make it look like my names are closer together.
JJ's in a very prayerful pose.
I gotta be honest, it's hard to stick around here.
Yeah, well, we can wrap this up in
whichever
about.
ways you wish.
Yeah, we can wrap this up in about 5 more minutes.
Well,
Yeah.
looks like I'm gonna get to celebrate in bed.
Glenn's doing well in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll,
He's up in Virginia.
yeah, maybe we'll wake up tomorrow to a surprise. Dewey defeats Truman.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go watch the $6 Million Man and masturbate.
Right behind you. Let's see.
Lee Majors, is he still alive?
Still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Still alive. I believe, I might be wrong because I hadn't caught up with season 2. And this is slightly out of character, but I believe in Ash versus the Evil Dead, he may be playing Ash's father.
I saw that. I did see Ash versus the Evil Dead. It was okay. It kind of got a little bit repetitive, kind of near the end.
Carl.
Yeah.
Don't do it, man.
Don't do
Don't criticize that show.
No, really.
Not worth it. Not worth it. Gonna break my heart. Gonna break my heart. Carl.
Okay. All right. Okay. I know.
That show's just about as American as you can get, Carl.
Okay. Well, that's the thing. I'm Canadian. So I didn't quite
It's
speak to
called
me.
Virginia for Hillary.
Right.
So,
That was a typo.
yeah.
Ohio for Trump.
Ohio for Trump, Virginia for Hillary.
Well, that's good.
Well,
So
he's
he
jumped
needs
to
to find a way to win North
55% chance of
Carolina.
winning by the 538 forecast, so that's bad.
What is this 538?
55%.
Is it 55% chance of winning?
Trump does, yeah, according
Oh.
to 38.
Oh, that is more than 50%, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
A
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah, that's depressing.
Well, that's exciting news in an interesting way that I didn't expect to be talking about. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all like fishing?
Yeah, we fish up here in Canada.
It's something peaceful about fishing, just sitting out there. Now, I'm not talking like fly fishing or deep sea fishing, but just, standing on the lake shore, standing on the riverbank, just fishing. It's a good way to spend an afternoon.
What's the difference between like fly fishing and just like the normal, like you throw a worm into some water?
I don't know. One's real expensive though,
Okay.
and the other one's not.
All right. You need special boots and trolls and things like that.
Yeah, I believe one difference is you can go. There's like regular fishing and then fly fishing. I don't know, but one big difference is I regular fish. That's
Okay. With the dynamite.
by any means necessary, Carl. A man's got to feed his family.
What if he doesn't like bread?
You here to talk or cut bait? Or cut bait. Anyway, whatever.
All right. Well, we'll wrap this up in a couple of minutes. So let's have some final words. Let's start with Mr. Plexico. Victory lap.
Oh, I am so surprised. I can't tell you how surprised I am. Boy, am I surprised.
Well,
So we'll see how it plays out, though. I mean, it's a long night, You boys may not have lost all hope. I mean,
Yeah. All right,
just
thank
wish
you.
I put more money on this thing. Is all I'm saying.
Brian Thompson. It's one of those because a lot of times, you're out in California, right? And it's, by about this time, it's kind of over. The election is over for you guys, and you haven't even stopped voting. So, how are you feeling, Brian Thompson?
I got 3 words: sic semper tyrannis.
I haven't seen Jurassic Park, but.
And Christian, what are your final words on this?
Well, my backup plan was to just wait for Bernie to build a wall.
Oh, right. Okay. All
So I think we're going to have to get to work on that pretty soon.
right.
You might need a ramp.
JJ, how are you feeling?
Not good. However, no, I've got nothing.
All right. Is it, under a Trump presidency, shave the beard or just let it grow in really mountain man style? What's your options?
Oh, well, I feel like Mountain Man might be safer in some regards because they might think I'm some kind of, actual mountain man who's a likely Trump voter. But there's also the off chance they think I'm an Arab. So
all right. That's true. All right. And from the Canadian perspective, as I think the tagline on the live broadcast, it's we're really sorry.
Well, we'll all be seeing you soon.
Yeah, very soon.
Yes.
Leave the door unlocked, please.
Great. Yes. Okay. And to our 2 viewers who are still hanging on, thank you for watching. And
Good night, Mom.
Okay. All right. And remember, tomorrow's another day.
Where you can't.
We'll see.
Right.
All right. Okay. Have a good night. Good night, America.
Oh boy.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Goodbye.